Kia ora, dear listener or viewer, and welcome back to Zealand. Fair warning, Zealand is set within a post-apocalyptic world, and so we will be exploring some of the darker natures of humanity. If you are squeamish or the idea unsettles you, please take your chance now to walk away. For now, we return to Zealand.
Kia ora, and welcome back to Zealand, a brand spanking New Zealand. We find ourselves in Campaign 2. As you heard from our introduction, 20 years on from where we finished Campaign 1 of Zealand. All those years spent underground, we are now going to be stepping outside into an unknown world. And for that, I'm going to hand things off to our diabolical DM.
Right, so the inciting incident that led you all outside was seeing a hot air balloon, an actual legitimate, what we would in the modern day call a hot air balloon, floating by north to south. In the distance, you couldn't quite see if there was anyone in it, but it was clearly being powered. There was a flame on. This was a sign of civilization, a sign of hope that something has been rebuilt in the 20 years you've been stuck inside the cave. That spurred on a conversation among the council of the cave, the directors of your society, that let's go have a look, let's just see what's going on out there, other than the nearby unborn encampment. So you four were either volunteered or voluntold to go outside. Some weapons and armor were crafted specifically for you to give you some measure of protection against what you might face outside. About a week, 2 weeks passed, and that time you said your goodbyes. Everyone had a nice touching ceremony. Some more food than normal was cooked for a little extra celebratory feast. And then the day came. You've packed up, suited up, kitted out, and you find yourselves now at the front door of the camp, at the nice big metal container gate. It swings open and fresh light shines upon you. It's a sunny day, not a cloud in the sky, it's very bright.
We are all blinded immediately.
Pull the goggles down.
You first.
You know what? Maybe it should be the cave kid. Be my guest.
I'm just, yeah.
What does it smell like?
Through filter masks.
The immediate smell is rust. As like as the doors open, it creaked open. It is a iron and metal door, so it's rust. But after a bit, you feel the sea. You feel and smell the sea breeze, a nice, fresh, salty tang. You can't smell anything that you'd associate with, civilization. You can't smell any smoke. There's no decay smell. It smells like a nice day at the beach.
It doesn't smell like people. For the first time in 20 years, it doesn't smell like people.
Yeah.
No garbage.
No, nothing. It's a breath of fresh air, literally.
So, yes.
Through filter.
Still a little blinded, but I'll take my first steps outside.
And fall into a hole.
I feel like the
Spike trap has been dug at the entrance.
Should we go show Jack the ocean first? I feel like that's something you should see.
Yeah, please. So let's just stay cautious, eyes out. Mm-hmm. And if we hear anything, we stop. Stay still.
Stay low.
Exactly.
Agreed.
Oh, it's so bright.
Yeah.
Did we have a kind of slight indication of when we originally saw the hot air balloon, like what kind of direction it was heading?
It was moving-
from our limited visibility.
It was moving north to south.
Because we are on the west coast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And it was going down. Okay.
So yeah, so it,
Towards the city.
towards yes.
The
So
city.
let's say it was going from like roughly like Whangarei from north, floating itself down to in the direction of Auckland City.
Yeah. Yeah.
Remember to close the door.
Right. Like kind of just slam it shut and just kind of give 3 big taps to let them know that we have actually left.
Okay. You hear like dull thuds 3 in return as a confirmation.
Okay. All right.
As you move yourself onwards down to the beach, you see a few things. One, it's far more overgrown vegetation than it used to be. It's a bit more, wild. But the other 2 things you immediately saw, like the mounds that had the other caterpillars in. I think it was, I'll speak under correction, 3 of them. So one has been exposed, so you can see like the skeletal arm of the thing sticking out. The other 2 are just big giant mounds that have now been overgrown with grasses. One, there's like a gorse tree that's grown out the top of it. So it's even more camouflaged now than before, the other 2.
Yeah.
And the other thing you see is like, you can still see the decades-old remains of the unborn and the dead, like in a big clearing out front where they had that's almost ritual that they left there. Most of it's been scattered. You find like little chips as you walk past of teeth and bone, and you can see the all like as it was scorched into the stone. You can still see some of that, but otherwise, everything that could have been taken by scavengers has been taken. So it's, as for someone like Jack who never grew up with this, you probably wouldn't even notice something was amiss. It was only like these 3 who were like, oh, so, yeah, this something happened. You can still slightly tell.
Too preoccupied by how green everything is.
Yeah. And that big high ceiling.
Yeah.
Okay, don't look directly at it, okay? Just as we're, stepping out and kind of slowly taking everything in, I'm trying to remember how everything was laid out. Like, it's kind of like goes up onto the cliff side.
Behind
Both
you.
sides behind us.
Cliff sides behind us, and
And then the
then
hill.
down into the beach,
Yeah.
or
Yeah, so
is
it's a
there
nice little-
grasslands before that?
Yeah, so it's grass. So it's the cave is sitting on like the edge of a cliff with the hill behind it, slightly off to as you walk down to your right.
Yeah.
Where the 3 caterpillars were stationed. It's a bit, it's about 100 or so meters of grass gently sloping down before you hit the beach. But you can already see the water from here.
Yeah. All right. Looking, left and right and everything. Do I see any structures or
So there were
signs of life?
So you're
death.
quite sheltered where you were. So
Yeah.
with one hill like on your right, so that's blocked off. On your left was the end of the wastelands.
Right.
So that's where it's very well overgrown with the occasional gorse trees and tall grass.
Okay.
You can't see anything from your vantage point. You'd have to climb back up the hill to have a look
think it'd be
what's
good to
going
get,
on
like-
inside the valley.
Yeah.
It'd be good for us to get a better vantage point.
Definitely.
Before
We can
do
see
the
what happened to
exploring.
the solar panels as well, and we can check everything else
Well,
that's up there.
we definitely need to do that. We'll probably have a little checklist of things
Yeah.
we need to slightly move and adjust that we have been able to do.
Do that
Let's
first
clean
before we
the-
do anything
well,
else.
yeah,
Yeah.
Let's get to the coast and we'll
Yeah,
have a look
the
along.
ocean.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
The big container ships that were out there.
That was stripped.
So that was
Stripped?
stripped.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if the ship itself was still there or not.
No, so you can see like maybe something sticking out of the water, like one girder
Yeah.
out, but that's about all that's been left over. Well, one of the elements, and 2, the Navy stripped it as
Yeah.
best as they could for spare parts.
Gotcha.
As we start to get closer to where the water is, I'm just going to take out a small, like, little pill bottle type thing and just with the intention of scooping some of the seawater in and just kind of sealing that back up. And then putting that in there as a little sample. And then just having a look down and up the length of the coast.
I would like to, once we hit the grass, just go.
Touch
Oh,
my-
yeah.
I'm wearing clothes, but I'm just like, ooh. Just.
Okay. When you get down to the ocean, it's a picturesque view from where you are. It's like it's open coast on both sides. I mean, open beach on both sides, stretching for miles and miles. So you can see, from one horizon to the next. It's nice open waters. Nothing between you and Australia. Clear sky, wisps of cloud. There is one thing that you all notice because I won't make you roll for this, just because you are in a hyper-aware state, so paranoid, Ashkin. There are seagulls, like the occasional seagull, so that's nice. But when
Yeah, definitely, because I feel
It's
like we
life.
probably had a little chat beforehand about how
I'm wary of seagulls on a good day.
we don't know if the
bats in the ocean.
if the virus
Yeah.
could have potentially jumped between another species or not.
That's
from,
true.
From
So-
where it was, so
they seem to be just normal seagulls, and of course, like they
got-
are aware of you
they got
as
feathers?
they got feathers. They're aware of you as you are of them, and it's a bright sunny day. But this curious thing you notice, because you're like, oh, are they going to attack us? Whenever they come down to roost, if it's not like just splashing into the water, they don't do it on land. So you see with exposed rocks and things in the ocean, or you can even see like a big flock of them around that exposed girder from the old ship. That's where they settle. So in maybe however long you spend here, you walk here, you'll find that they never come to sit on land or even even touch their feet onto the sand.
Cool,
You
not a
know
great
what?
sign.
I think
So big.
very, very. As we're all taking that in, I'm just going to kind of turn my attention back towards where we came from and towards up and down the coast, with the idea of the birds seem to have a learned behavior. I would like to just scan to see if I can see anything that might cause me alarm or might be dangerous.
Okay, roll investigation plus 20.
Okay. Gotta be the 55. That's a 55. That's a crit.
Oh!
First roll of campaign 2 is a fucking crit on a D100.
Good, slightly good omen.
What the hell?
So you definitely see the death coming.
Wow. Okay.
Good job.
All right,
I haven't gotten too rusty.
as everyone else has a good look at the ocean, just enjoying the view, because it is genuinely a joyful experience, and some trepidation on Jack's side of this just emptiness.
Completely.
He sees,
Probably crying a little bit.
yeah,
now.
there's some existential, feelings you're getting. You have a look back and you scan up the coast, because it's a big hillside that follows the coastline.
Yeah.
You see distinct tracks that speaks you of things that moved regularly along a specific pathway. So it's not like open bare ground on the grass, but you can tell very regularly there's paths that things have moved from down here
Yeah.
to up over the hill.
Uh-oh.
You also, as that hits your mind, you start looking along the beach itself, and you see more overturned sand than not. You can see this is a well-traveled pathway for things, mostly of the four-legged variety.
Okay.
So you can tell from very small in the wet sand, you can tell this is rodents have come down here. You can move upwards, soft, fuzzy, indistinct footprints that of cats, all the way up to big footprints. You're this is part Rottweiler. That has come here. So you see so many signs, so much evidence of frequent animal travels along the beachfront.
Yeah. Okay. So after kind of picking them out, I'll let Jack have a moment to take everything in, and then I kind of try and bring everyone in and just point it out. We need to be back inside or somewhere safe by nightfall,
Absolutely.
because there's a pretty strong possibility that anything on land is infected to some degree, and
We're not really
Yeah.
prepared to camp overnight. I mean, this is
No, this is just a scouting
yeah,
Yeah.
mission.
nice initial kind of. Look
Is that the
around.
cat?
Yeah.
Okay.
In the bushes, you hear.
No.
So, today we range, but we don't range too far.
Um,
Maybe we should.
I think we need to get
Climb.
a vantage point
Yep. I think we get on top of the cliffs,
carefully.
see if there's anything left of the solar panels, and
Yeah.
we'll just clear what else we can up there.
So on the way back, you first thing you see where the solar panels are because they were quite intentionally visible so they can catch the light, and you can see they've both not quite fallen off, but they're both in opportune angles. They're clearly not the way you put them. I mean, they've been there for 20 years.
Yeah.
There have been some
Maybe partially
storms and
buried.
stuff, though.
Yeah.
Everyone as well.
That's the other thing. Trees, gorse has grown on top of your hill.
Yeah.
Gorse being the invasive species that it is. As you get on top of the hill, you see that the wasteland that was is now like a savanna. So tall grasslands, and the only tree you can see is gorse, and massive little copses of gorse bushes everywhere. And they've grown on top of your
Hundreds of kilometers.
hills. Yeah, on top of your hill, and they've overgrown where the solar panels are. So they're broken. It's like the short answer. How broken? You don't know. You'll have to take them for investigation, back inside the camp. But they're not in a fit state. You could just wipe them off,
Yeah.
plug them in.
Right.
I have a question. So I had a digital camera
Mm-hmm.
in the time before. We've had power and stuff.
Yep.
Would that still be something that would be usable?
Roll luck. Flat. It's been 20 years.
Oh, that's
Nope.
98.
Nope.
98.
Yeah.
No.
Broken. All good.
Yeah.
It still exists.
It still exists.
It just doesn't
it's just
work.
back in the thing.
Yeah.
Just checking.
Sigils.
Sorry?
Got sigils. You really want to
For
go?
real.
It was more just thinking about documenting things. But no, instead, actually, in that case, because
Yeah.
I don't have that, what I'll do is I'll
Well,
take out.
we've got a crappy video camera in there.
Yeah. I'll
But it's
take
not-
out,
yeah.
I have a little sketchbook, and I'll just start marking down some notes of the surroundings.
Gorse Town.
Gorse Tower, do a little sketch or whatever.
Yeah.
This is Gorse.
Yeah.
This is also Gorse.
Hey, we can name our first area. This is the Gorselands.
There you go.
Lands.
Yep.
And within the Gorselands, looking down, before I get to the other side of the valley, in the valley, once again, if it's not grass, it's gorse. Right below the hill where those dead man traps were,
Yes.
they've all been overgrown in the time, so you can't actually see the holes anymore. Out of some of the holes, you would imagine there's trees and everything growing out of there. It is, you can clearly see something has gone horribly wrong. And the vents that you saw, the undead vents that grows over a
massive
zombie
bodies.
as time goes by, they've been intertwined with these gorse trees that have grown
Uh-oh.
onto the dead land area.
Spiky boys.
So it's not like they've been mutated or anything. It's you can just, even from your vantage point, and I'm sure one of you got some binoculars with
I
you.
do. Yep.
There you go, because we had 3 in the cave.
Yeah.
You can tell like these veins have followed along the path of least resistance along the bark trees,
Right.
and you can see emissions coming from them.
Okay, I'm just kind of.
Yeah. Just everyone check your seals.
Yeah. So not everything yellow around those gorse trees are the gorse flowers.
Okay, we don't go near those.
Yeah.
And then on the other side of the valley, it's been thickly, because that wasn't part of the Deadlands on top of that hill that
Yeah.
was some woody area anyway, so that has just exploded in growth. You can, through the binocular, see some evidence of a type of civilization just by the detritus that is around that area, but you can't pick out anything through the trees.
Nothing moving.
Nothing that you can see that moving, but what you can see are several smoke trails coming up.
Dark smoke?
Yes.
Like regular smoke, not like red or...
No. So regular smoke that you can imagine is from someone started a fire. Several fires.
Right.
And they're quite close together, or it's quite like spread out.
Quite spread out.
Solid smoke or more like wispy, like it's a... Does it look like active fires?
Yes. Not big. It's not
It's
like,
not a bonfire.
Not like bonfires. It's like
Yeah.
what you'd imagine would be like almost
A
like
campfire.
like a campfire chimney smoke. That's sort of wispy black smoke.
Okay, so they know how to use fire now.
Yeah.
Did they already know when back in the day, or?
Well, the kids were using a car as a sled, and they know more, I think, than we might imagine. But it might not be them. It might be regular people, but there's no way for us to really tell unless we get closer.
Yeah, we'll go to that fire festival location, Ricky. Maybe we just follow the beach line for a while or something
Yeah.
today.
Unless there's somewhere else that we could see
Higher up.
higher up. And I just kind of want to scan the area to see if there is anywhere that might have,
Lend you the binoculars.
just better view
There was that
of
little,
this encampment.
Hill with the that where we had that little under the tree, you know, where we used to have vantage point over the whole valley.
That is where you're staying.
Yeah, that's kind of where we are now, but it's so overgrown that
Because like their encampment is on like the hill on the other side of the valley.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not like exactly the same level, but I mean,
Are there any solid trees around?
like trees.
Like trees?
Uh,
Roll hole.
there's big gorse bushes, and like a gorse bush can grow like 3-4 meters tall.
But no, more like a solid climbable tree.
There was a climbable tree already there. That's the one that we spoke about. So that has just gotten bigger.
Okay.
So it is it was. I mean, I don't think anyone climbed it because
Radio antenna.
everyone was trying to like hide behind underneath it.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
had
But it is climbable. I mean, it can take your weight.
Yeah, could go up there.
It's been a very long time since I've climbed a tree, but...
Yeah. But it, like, it probably wouldn't give you that much because
Not that much advantage.
because it's still their encampment is behind the trees on their side.
So it's still
Okay.
obscured.
So
The-
that's
I just saw that little bit of higher, but that's okay.
The only other thing that I want to try and look out for from up here is to see if I can notice any pathways through the gorse, because if it's so thick, I'm thinking if there are people moving around here, I'm just wanting to know if they are traversing over this way more often or not.
Okay. Roll another one. I'll give you plus 50 because you've already got a crit success and you're sort of extending what you're looking for from before.
And he's got the binoculars.
Okay, cool.
And you've got the binocs.
Okay, so plus 50, that's going to be 86. I got a beat.
Don't roll an 86 again.
57.
57.
Which
so
is
that's
actually it's almost too higher than what I've rolled before. Yeah.
So yes.
57 success.
So you can see like heaps of paths.
Yeah.
Some of them are very winding.
Yeah.
And it seems to like they're not as well trodden each individual path as they were on the hill.
Yeah.
It's from what you can tell is there's only that many good pathways over the hilltop, so they were funneled in there. But you can track quite a few paths, maybe let's say 6, that actually extend up that hill on the other side.
Okay, cool.
Towards us.
Yes, going from their hill down into the valley.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just trying to imagine because I wasn't here for when it was all really explained. So is it kind of like a
nice U. Yeah.
Okay.
We're on a hill, it goes
We're
down
on a
into
hill,
the
it goes
valley,
down to the
and it
gorse,
goes
and
up
then they're
as it
up
goes
on the other
further
side.
away
Yeah.
from the beach.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
And north, it becomes more north. So the hills kind of like fade off going south. So they extend from the north coming in.
Yeah.
Yeah, sort of at the start of the hilly area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are at the like your hill that you're on is the first hill of
Gotcha.
your
Yeah.
hilly range.
You know those kids that we saw back before we went underground? They'd be older than him now.
Yeah.
That's at least a generation or two.
Don't like that.
No. And they definitely don't like us.
That's for sure.
So, not that way then.
Think they remember you?
Ah.
Don't know how their memories work.
Well,
At least their short term is
I mean,
good
we
enough. To,
You look a bit different.
We set their vehicle on fire. We shot, I think, their mother. So if they harbor grudges, then they probably still have them, even if it wasn't us that pulled the trigger. We're others.
Yeah.
And this is their land.
We're just food.
On that note,
Yeah. Okay, so from memory, I think the closest township to here is north, or it was. And that was pretty burnt back in the day.
do we want to get the solar panels in first, or
We can get them
Pile them
down,
by the door.
maybe pile them up by the door.
yeah?
Yeah, not a bad plan. And
Do you think they have like scouts? Maybe it's something that we do on the way back instead.
We don't know how they might have changed physically over the time. But
yeah, I mean, they didn't
really like daylight.
they didn't
before.
hang out during the day.
Oh, yeah.
So now is probably the best time to
Something
go
is
around.
fires.
That's true. Something's keeping it going.
Yeah, I mean that's what I mean. Maybe physically they've adapted to the sunlight. We don't know. You know, we can't take that
I mean,
risk. But
we're not great when it comes to the sun.
yeah, I mean we're pretty much the same position right now.
Yeah.
Got
I
our tinted goggles on.
I will try to quickly just try and undo the bolts and remove what I can
From
of
the solar
the
panels.
of the panels. Yeah, just to get them.
Yeah, we can just kind of support the thing while.
I'll keep a lookout.
Yeah.
Okay. With the binocs?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So since you're on there, not to be presumptuous, but I assume you're not being the most stealthy at the moment.
I'd say we're trying to be, but
Because we're on a high point, it'd be trying to stay down, like with the solar panels and work.
yeah.
Okay, so you're on roll stealth -20. Because
Okay.
you're on a somewhat... I mean, there are trees around, but you're in a somewhat
Yeah.
exposed position on top of a hill.
So got to be at 29.
Well, I think I might re-roll that.
Oh boy. It's...
Yeah, me too.
Damn it.
God damn it, Scott!
It would have been fine without the -20.
Oh, that's worse.
Yeah, that's worse.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? Sure. I don't think I can fail as bad as an 80 again, so
Yes.
we'll see.
Oh, that's too worse. Fuck.
All right, cool. That's not as bad of a fail, but
You fail.
Yep.
Okay.
a fail.
As three of you work to, undo the solar panels, disentangle them from the roots of the gorse trees
not
that
using
have
it.
grown them, Rich is looking for his through the binoculars, anywhere and everywhere during them, 15 minutes it takes.
Yeah, kind of towards the smoky areas and
Okay.
tree lines and on the gorse. and
Right.
big things.
Yeah. Once because how many solar panels do you have? 2, I think, right?
Yeah.
Two.
3.
Okay. Once you've gotten one down, you see someone emerge through the trees on the hill on the other side of the valley, on their hill.
Okay.
This person is of indeterminate gender, age, and any other physical feature because they are cloaked in sheets and rags of varying
That answers that
varying shades of beige to brown.
Okay.
So you can't see any skin or anything. You estimate they're somewhere around between maybe 5, 6, and 6. So once again, not a good marker of how old or anything they could be. This figure then starts descending down the hill
Towards us.
towards the valley,
Yeah.
and then walks into a copse of gorse bushes, and you lose sight.
Yeah, I'd be like, we've got company.
So
Just, like,
it's still like
freeze.
maybe
Yeah, but kind of-
2 k's away. So
Like hesitate. I just saw someone. I saw someone. They went into the gorse.
Do
Okay.
they seem to see us?
They definitely were walking towards us. That's all I can tell.
Just one person?
Just one, from what I can see. They were cloaked up. They were wearing big robes, by the looks of it.
That's probably how they're going out in daylight.
Okay. We might have a chance to try and communicate.
What, like, parlay with them?
Maybe. They were imitating us back in the day. They knew phrases, or at least they were able to repeat us. they might have their own entirely different language, but I don't know.
Do we really want to risk that?
Could be a person.
Could be a person as well. Could just be a regular person. We saw a hot air balloon, so that means that there are people out here, unless...
Sorry, did you say that they looked about 5 or 6, like, age-wise?
No, 5 foot, 5 foot 6 to 6.
I was just like,
Yeah.
all right.
Ewok.
That's what I was imagining. Small.
It's an evil.
Zombie.
It's like little Jawa just walking down the hill.
And I was like, okay.
We can take him.
So the way I see it, we've got 2 options. Either we can try and make our way down a gorse path and try and meet face to face, or we go now.
I don't want to lead them back.
Yeah, no, 100%. So
We can't endanger everyone else.
let's maybe leave the solar panels for now. We can come back to them, and we just go a ways
Leave
away
them
from
right
here.
now.
Yeah, the day's early. I reckon we travel north.
To kind of lead them away.
If they are following us, and that's the thing, we can keep an eye on them. I think best thing for us now will be to make our way back down, get to the edge of the shoreline. We follow the coast along,
Indeed,
not in the gorse, but next to the gorse, and that way, if someone is following us, we can always duck in and wait and see if they keep on following.
What time of day is it?
It's, I mean,
Early.
you left
Morning.
just after dawn, so it's
Okay.
still, well, you would guesstimate about 8 a.m. in the morning.
Right. I'm
So you
able
mean-
to grab the binoculars back from you for a second.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'll point out where exactly our last
Yeah,
saw
I'd
them.
like to see if I can see any movement within the gorse.
How long do you want to wait?
Not long. Just enough for, I guess, for Scott to tighten up the bolts again if need be on the solar panels. And
I just
to,
keep everything together and look at making our way back down,
Okay.
climbing back down.
For about maybe a minute?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
So we're going to follow the kind of shoreline.
Yeah.
You do know from on the shoreline until you hit a big inlet, which is several kilometers away, there isn't actually any villages, towns on this side. They're all on the other side of the hill line.
Yeah, do we want to
Because that's where the main road went.
Yes, yeah, we are going to have to cross over eventually, but I don't want to cross so close to where the encampment is. So the idea would be travel north for a few kilometers and then try and see if we can find a pathway through the gorse. If we can find that, we follow it and follow it carefully.
And we stay low.
Yeah.
Judging from what I saw, the direction of the robes looking, did it look like it looked at me?
Or was it just like, doop-a-doo, going on my smoke break?
They're already doing that. That's what the smoke is.
Yeah, so pull out a cigar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You so okay. But okay. No, you could not that you couldn't see. You saw that the motion of the robes or anything was looking forward and down. So the person wasn't looking up at you.
So it could be going on a smoke break.
Yeah.
Right. I still think we shouldn't risk it if
Do you think we should make some kind of noise just to... We don't really want to follow us.
Once we get further away.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so the idea would be
Back down
down
to the
the
shore.
Not with your
Okay.
shit.
So back down the shoreline, heading north, staying off the sand on the grass near the gorse.
yeah.
You travel for, let's say, about an hour or so
Yeah.
going up. The further north you go, Scott, the less distinct paths you see
Right.
up. So there's still the occasional pathway you can tell, but
Yeah.
they're not as heavily traveled
Okay.
as when you
Just been right underneath them, huh?
at about maybe
in the silk.
you can tell the hour mark or does anybody want to roll luck for a working watch?
Well, because I'm navigator, I can tell what time of day.
You
it
can
is.
tell what time of day it is. Fantastic. So you don't need a watch.
So I kind of gaze up at the sun. And I'm like,
So yeah, you know it's been about after about
Little
a solid
sundial.
a solid hour
So
and a
we're
half.
just stand here for a second.
yeah,
Yeah. So about after a solid hour and a half, when the tracks are almost completely gone, you see the last track. Because as you look further up, you can't see anything more. But what also marks it as the last one, which everyone can see, is there is a broken mirror hanging from a tree, and on the mirror is a bloody handprint, not accidentally put there.
Yeah.
You can see
Very much
it's a perfect imprint of an adult hand.
Some Urukai bullshit.
So and the mirror is only about like a foot and a half across. So it's perfectly in the center of the mirror, and it's hanging by what looks to be like the belt of like an old nightgown or something.
Yeah.
It's just hanging from a tree. On both sides of the mirror, the backside as well, is another handprint.
Yeah.
Same hand?
It looks to be, yes.
Okay. I'm just going to flip on my notebook, do a little
nice.
quick sketch of it.
It's a warning or a barrier line.
That, or it could be a marker of some kind.
Just be like a brand, right?
Well,
This is
This
their
is our-
territory.
yeah, the way that we found this place originally, someone had left signs that we could read that they hoped that infected folk wouldn't be able to. This is their own way of maybe keeping it. If it is unborn.
Do you think if the tracks are, I mean, they're clearly getting less now the more north we're going. Do you
I think this is probably the last path for a good long while. I think maybe we take this one. If we can find out what that means, if it has a significance.
If we see it again,
Looking at the handprint, is there anything we can see, like, in the handprint? Can we, like, obviously it's a human-looking handprint, but
and it's
tell
whole
if
blood.
it's... Can you see fingerprints? Can you see... Is there anything
investigate.
interesting about it?
Okay, so fingerprints anyone can see, yes. You can see fingerprints on there, but investigate for extra juicy details.
Is it dark old blood or fresh?
Yes, old.
Okay.
So it's like
Brown.
almost brown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blood.
That is a 36 pass.
36
Nice.
pass. The person was very skinny. You know, like whether by nature or by starvation, it's a very slender hand. It seems to be it's either going to be from the size of the hand. It's a short-ish person, but so maybe either a short adult, or it could be a teenager.
So, like, compared to my hands, which are probably not super big and chunky as anyway, does it
you
look
just
like
go-
it's like even thinner than...
Even thinner than yours.
Yeah.
Skeletal?
Close to being like skeletally thin. So just a bit thinner than your hands. Like, just as I saw that. I'm not saying yours, but that's what I'm saying. Thinner than yours.
Skeletal hands.
Slightly thinner than your creepy skeleton hands.
Well, you've got the thinnest hands of all of us blokes here.
Everyone just turns to look at me.
Was this you?
Do you think they're like, since the track's getting less now, that, you know, obviously they must be close to where that smoke is in the tree line, and do you think that like maybe they kind of maintain those vent things, or they like, I guess it could just be like a...
Maybe.
But this could be a marker of their territory, the edge of their territory.
suppose so.
There could be other groups of them, or there could be other people that still have, well, that have survived out here.
I think we should
It's
be
just a standard,
on.
like, splayed.
I think we should
And
be
it's the
on
right
the
hand.
lookout for traps and
Traps. Yeah, definitely. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All of us, eyes at the ground and at the sides of the path. If we hear anything, we stop, we wait, and then we continue on. I'll take up point for now. And I will start to make my way down this path. Just before I duck into the gorse, I'm going to have one last look down along the coast, just to see if I can see
Okay, roll perception.
any
with binoculars.
Followers.
with binoculars. Yeah, I just
All right, plus
take
20.
them off. That is oh man, damn.
Just fail.
That's a fail by 7. Ooh, it's a 67 fail. So I've only just failed.
Did you add the binocular?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're reasonably confident no one's following you.
Okay. And I just kind of pass them back to you, and I will start to make my way down the sand trail. And
Is it quite, like,
Steep.
coarsely overgrown, this trail?
Not this far. So you've gone like well beyond what the wastelands were. This is now good old native bush with the occasional, European tree species in here.
right, be lots of like the
of
kind of
pines.
like the long grass that makes up the dunes and all the rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
on top, as you get to reach the top of the hill and you look down, you
Probably staying quite low.
staying quite low. You think what you can see. This is the remains of Helensville
Oh.
in the distance, not like
Oh.
right here, but in the distance.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Because this would be I'm looking at the map here.
Yeah,
this would
yeah.
be the first community north of where you are staying, or that follows the main road. So it's about maybe good, roughly 5 kilometers away.
Okay, that's not too far.
I'm trying to remember where Mirawai is.
You don't need to see,
Okay.
because we don't know.
Yeah.
All right. I'm like,
Yeah.
I know it's on the west coast.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Yeah, it's so different now that we wouldn't recognize.
Yeah. So you wouldn't even be able to
Mm.
the main road. Say Highway 16. It's completely overgrown. So you can't find it. If and when you go down, you won't find it. You can just tell the buildings by shape. You're like, and mostly it is Dugdo. With your navigator skill, you're like, yeah, that must be Helensville. Those
Really?
That's probably our first best shot, finding other people and also potentially finding resources that we can make use of.
Or even just, shelter between if we want to coop up overnight.
It looks like it's about 5 kilometers away, so we should be able to make it before lunch.
Also, everyone roll a with this. I would say memory here falls under logic because it's a piece of trivia, trivia knowledge, obscure trivia
Should I be
knowledge.
rolling
Oh my god.
No, you won't.
No.
You won't. Yeah, because you
Logic,
wouldn't have it.
that's a 84 fail.
So many 80s.
Okay.
Hey, Richie!
27 pass. Yeah. You remember
Fuck these guys.
vaguely. I'm not sure if you do in real life. There is a little aerodrome skydiving place just north of Helensville.
Oh. Huh.
And by putting 2 and 2 together with a hot air balloon that flew over the past week,
There is a little.
that came from the north.
I remember there was a skydiving place, but I guess that means there must have been enough land for, a runway.
You think that's where they could have launched the balloon from?
Maybe, or even landed. Who knows, Because,
It's not a bad
You think
bet.
that's where they came from?
Or
I'm-
even a stopping
no, they were
point.
going north.
They were
No,
coming
coming
from the
from
They're
north.
coming
to
from the
south.
north, yeah.
yeah.
So they were going above us. kind of.
Potentially.
That's even better reason to check it out.
Yeah, a very, very good reason.
So,
But be careful.
do you think we should actually go to Helensville today?
I think
Map it out.
if you have a basic idea of where the aerodrome is, you said it was north of Helensville.
Yeah.
If we make our way up towards the north, we set that as our goal for today. Get up towards there. There's no telling if we could be slowed down between here and there. We just need to make sure that we have enough time to get back, or at least get.
And we also have
close.
to pace ourselves because remember we haven't been out in
Yeah.
a long
And
time.
it's with the full kind of rebreather filter mask situation that we've got going
What time
on.
of year
It's,
is it?
yeah.
Oh, what season? What season do we stop at?
I
think it starts in winter.
I think this is like right near the start of the new year, so
Okay,
it
so
would be
Summer.
Winter?
Yeah, it'd be summer. Still.
Summer. Okay.
Southern Hemisphere.
Yeah,
Listen, I'm still getting used to it.
it's January.
Do we still have working radios?
You, because I was,
We still had power. And
you had
everything.
power, but
Yeah,
those
we
were
got power.
what's called
Yeah.
dry cell batteries. You have weight cells and they weren't. Were they rechargeables?
I'm pretty sure we.
They were rechargeables
Yeah,
because
charging stations. Yeah,
because you actually
recharging-
charge them
Yeah.
during the thing.
Charging radios and lights.
So I mean, like they were only 300 meter range.
yeah.
One.
We
found-
could tell them now.
High up. I think if we try and
Yes, you can because the
Well,
bush
we
code-
also have the. Oh no, we turned. Radio got turned off eventually, didn't it? Because we stopped getting.
because you can receive from
the
camp.
last signal we got was right before the bombs dropped.
Yeah.
So you can receive. They can see that because they've got enough power.
Short range radios.
Yeah,
Would
so
we
you've got
have that?
walkies,
Yeah.
good old
Yeah, so-
300 meter range.
Skulk
It's
be
good thinking.
manning the radio
Yeah, it'd be
there.
probably skulking.
I think people would probably have stopped me manning the radio by then.
Actually, that's true. Yes, we would 100% would have taken
You
it
would
away.
never allow back on it.
I am supervised when I get my sun time in the radio room.
Yeah. Yes,
I think we should. Yeah.
do a quick call and let them
No,
know
I
that's
think-
the plan.
that we shouldn't do anything like that until if we make a decision to potentially, like, if we have to stay overnight.
But that's too far.
Hang on though, yeah, there's a fair point. We should be careful radioing
Too
because
close.
it's an open signal.
Yeah.
And
We should maybe do it if we can say we're staying.
Yep.
But it's only 300.
meters,
Actually,
low
You know what?
walkies.
But
But
they
they've
also not expect us to
Yeah.
go a bit of a distance away.
what I'll do is just do a number of clicks through, just to as like a we're okay type thing, and
3 clicks.
yeah,
Yeah.
just like a
Okay.
You've got the radio clicks that
Jake and Nick work.
Jake and Nick set up.
yeah. So effectively, you're doing Morse code, and on the back of the radio, we'll have like our little
code.
or like on us, take out our
just
little
carved
sheet
in
and
like
just
a basic.
and then I'll just wait to see if I get a reply. And because pretty much what we end up sending through is just like a all clear,
We're alive.
alive.
For now.
Not exactly all clear.
Yeah, you just get
Like a
like
chicken.
yeah, you just get the Morse code for double R, Roger, Roger.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Fold up my little
Okay.
sheet.
So it's about getting on to mid-morning. So you can tell from the state you are in and the distance. It should take you about maybe like a couple of hours to get to like the other side of Helensville if you skirt around it, or maybe quicker if you want to move through it to where you believe the little aerodrome would be.
I think we'd err on the side of caution and try and go around the outside as much as possible.
Helensville's like up a little higher, but the actual township is kind of like, it's almost like an old
Valley?
Wild West kind of vibe
Yeah.
where it's just like one road that goes
Yeah.
through the entire thing, and then on each side. So
We'll try and stay
you
as,
go around
as
it,
bush as possible.
at least for this kind of.
Yeah.
Okay. So as
Sorry, one other thing that I was going to say is that if we see any form of berries or any kind of like flowers, I will be trying to take samples of them back
Okay.
if possible. So I'll just
Little bags.
I'll just put them into the little bottles that I've got and just
Okay.
kind of
yeah, you collect them as you go.
as I'm going. Yeah.
Right, so as you traverse down, all the farmland is now just overgrown again. Even with 20 years, a lot of them is just grass. Grass by itself is a weed, so it doesn't like to be pushed out of where it is. But I mean, that grass is now easily like shoulder length. It looks like wild wheat, almost at this point.
That makes me nervous.
And it's super itchy if you get it on your skin.
Well, luckily we're all-
Yeah. As you move over across the hill on your way towards Helensville, you see one more marker of the same style as you go. It's an old hubcap that has been
Reflective surface.
Yeah, has been lodged into like the crook of a tree branch, again with a bloody handprint.
Right hand.
This time it's a left hand, and it is a smaller, wider hand. I'm not going to make you roll for it. It's just clearly obvious this is the second. Of the two you've seen, they're both different hands.
Is there much spores in the air around this area?
No, so you've been looking out for anything you can find to be like things like the vents or those sort of things. Not here. So you don't, other than the Deadlands area, you don't know of any, and you haven't seen the signs from up on top of the hill.
Can we see any kind of strange discoloration in the sky itself, just from potential radiation?
No.
Sweet.
No. It is a nice, it's a clear ultramarine blue.
Yeah.
Can we hear any bird song?
No.
Oh, that's great.
But if you want to roll perception, I presume you're going through. You're trying to go. Okay. Are you? This is. You're going to give me the answer I want. But are you walking through the thick copses of trees, or are you trying to stay outside of any woody areas as you go?
I think what we'd probably do.
Whatever has the best
is-
visibility, I guess.
So visibility is outside of any woods or
Yeah,
trees.
but then we're also more visible.
Yeah,
I,
that's
I,
true,
I think
yeah.
we would probably try and stay within the woods where possible. If it starts getting too thick, though,
Okay.
we don't want to be.
You'll try
slashing
the
through
edge
stuff.
of like the tree
Yeah.
lines type.
Yeah.
Okay, so everyone roll perception plus 20. This is fairly.
Because we're now in like forest, can I use my like Homeland Ranger? So it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
plus 25.
Yeah, you can. So on top, so you get plus 45.
Woo!
Because you know what it's
Damn.
supposed. Because this is what spot the difference, kids.
Yeah, I got a 2 success.
Okay, so I'm just trying to
Pass.
remember how
Pretty
all
low
of this
pass.
works. That's
27.
27, that's a success.
Yep. Yep, that's it.
Yep,
And the
that's
higher of a success, the more information I provide.
So for a 2,
Nothing.
not much. It's a success, but it's not much there.
Yeah.
So at about the 2 that you hear that like there's no native bird calls or any bird calls, no introduced sparrows or anything.
Considering we just came from Nurawai, which is bird fucking central. Like
The seagulls don't want to come on land.
But what did hang on,
27.
27?
16.
Fail. You're just so enraptured. There's trees.
Just like looking up.
You're just looking like, do they make potatoes?
Only some.
So for the 27 and even the 16, you hear other faint squeaky sounds
like rats.
from above and below. So rats, you can tell, yes, and you hear faint squeaking sounds coming from the deepest parts of the canopies.
Bats.
It's,
I've had bad experiences with bats.
yeah.
I've got like long leather coat that I've got on. I've got the hood that I'll just chuck up when you like bats. I've heard the stories of bats.
Yeah.
Skulk would have told you he lost an arm to a bat.
Yeah.
No, he lost a leg. He lost an arm to a
He's
dolphin.
up to a dolphin.
He's told us that story several times.
We know.
He's telling the story of how I lost my leg.
Like, do you want to know where these bones come from?
So I got all these scars.
All these bones.
Did you just say little like squeaks? Did you say?
Yeah.
Does it sound like a lot of them?
Yes. Okay, so there's a lot of squeaks. So there is a lot of squeaking going on. You don't think it's in the thousands range.
No.
You think maybe like in the dozens range. And as you move through, you only hear them from where it's the deepest, darkest parts of the forest.
Yeah.
Okay.
So where the
We're gonna
light
stay away
shines,
from those.
shines in, that's where it starts growing fainter and more distant.
It's like sit low to go in the tree line.
Yeah, and I'm just kind of getting closer to everyone after you point that out and just say, if anything starts coming for us, we try and make our way out into the light as bright as possible. We're lucky that it's a sunny day.
Okay.
Because if they are unborn like the others, then we'll stand a better chance where it's as bright as possible.
Want to stick a little closer to the city then, rather than the forest?
Yeah.
Watch your feet.
If we're not hearing any birds, nothing. So, yeah. And then I'll just kind of start to try and quietly mosey out into a little bit more of the comforting light.
Okay. As you get closer to flat ground where the farms used to be, in like here now, tall grass, occasional gorse tree, you see that the first thing as you exit the tree line is a pole has been planted and a very crude crossbar, which is they were both made of just branches, about maybe 7 feet tall, and hanging from this one is a collection of skulls.
Ooh.
Human skulls?
Humans, what you think you know to be like cats, dogs. One cow skull
It's creepy.
has hanging on. There's maybe about like 7 skulls of hanging from various bits of ropes and chains of this thing. All of them have 3 green stripes that seems to have been drawn with fingers across the forehead, moving down for like pretty much across the whole skull, and then stopping like at the eye holes.
Is it like, if you have a closer look, is it visible that it's paint or does it look like plant matter or something?
It seems to be plant matter.
Yeah. Well, this is weird.
This is not a good
They're
sign.
just like tied by something hanging from the...
Yeah, so bits of cloth, some hempen rope, chains, anything that could be tied together has been used. So, and they're not like very decoratively displayed. Most of them has been like through the eye holes or anywhere they could just
very crude,
put through in. Almost all of these ones. Do you want to? If you investigate, we'll find
I'll
they've been
investigate, yeah.
punctured, or one of the human skulls. It's only half the skull remaining.
So it's, there has
Things
been
they've
damage to them, right?
Yeah, all of these things have been severely damaged, pre or post mortem.
Like a jagged break or cleaner sort of...
Jagged, all of them.
So it looks like blunt force.
Blunt force 1 seems to be a definite edge into it. That's, but it's nothing's cleanly cut.
Cool.
Well, we don't know what the 3 marks mean yet, but if these are prey, I don't think this is a displaying your honored dead. I think this is more displaying.
This is a warning, I feel like.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna get out
Yeah.
my bow at this point, like take it off the back and just.
Could I do a just a quick scan around the base of the cross and stuff, and just see if there's any looking for tracks, if I can see footprints, whatever.
Like investigation plus, let's say 30,
Is
spend a
that
few at
a
a time.
100 or is that a 1?
That's a 1. It's a success, but it's
It's a bare success. So it's yes,
success.
you do see tracks. You can't tell how
They're
many
too overlaid or whatever.
but definitely there are tracks have been made, presumably by humans.
I'd go up to Jack and be like, "Hey, are you good?"
Quick question though. I know it's not that good of a success or whatever, but are any of the prints with shoes on?
You can't tell,
Can't tell?
because of the age of it, rather than the.
So nothing fresh looking.
No.
Okay.
Could be maybe people trying to scare off the dead, or the other way around.
True. Yeah. Well, I think we stick to the aerodrome plan. But we keep in mind
Watch our feet.
3 marks.
Yeah. I've done a little quick.
It's quite open around. Oh, so it's quite like flat farm.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it'll be a bit overgrown, but at least there won't be too much bush. But it is pretty exposed, so we'll just maybe keep at least a.
Well, especially an aerodrome as well. The
aware.
aerodrome would be overgrown, but it'd still be pretty open. So
Yeah.
we should at least have a look in before we move in.
Yeah, we should probably like keep about a kilometer away from like town itself.
Do a quick scout.
It's just
One thing, if we do come across anything unborn, undead, do we run? What do we do?
Every situation is going to be different.
Yeah, but what is our main plan here?
If we are outnumbered in any way whatsoever, we go. We get out as fast as we can, but we try to stay together. The coast is where we
Regroup.
regroup. Even if we need to really split off from each other. Best trick, sun's up there at the moment. As long as you keep that to your side. Sorry.
Where?
Keep that to your side. Keep heading in that direction, and eventually you're going to hit water. If you keep on going up into the hills, you're going the wrong way.
Are you gonna want to try and potentially talk with anything we come across? Should we?
We can
Careful.
try. I think that's the thing. Be careful. Don't speak right away, because if they
Use it against
are
us.
different, then we don't know. We'll have to try and get a read. Because right now, looking at us, looking at the rest of you, I can't tell what the hell's going on under there. We're fully covered. So for all they know, we could be them, they could be us.
True that.
And same
We're all kind of wearing, browns and blacks and whatever, so kind of similar to them.
Let's keep moving to the aerodrome. If we get there in good time, we can stop. We can have some of our trail mix.
I'm just gonna quickly lean down and what's the ground like? Is it muddy or?
It hasn't
dirt?
rained in a while. It's moist because you're like reaching down for like 4 feet of grass.
Yeah. No, I'm just gonna take
So-
a handful of the grass and just rub it all over the outside of my armor, just to try and mask my scent a little bit.
All right. Nice.
Just give
And then
myself some grass stains.
Yeah, they'll keep on leading us.
Do you go?
Due north of.
Yeah.
of
So there's
the-
both this being farm. There's lots of farm buildings in various states of disrepair and demolishment. Do you want to stay away from them, or do you want to look through them as you go?
Yeah, I think what we'd probably try and keep our eye out for. We have a partially built rover back at home. I'd be looking to see if there are any tractors that could have still been in
Not
like
rusted
in the
out.
sheds and stuff like that might have parts that are usable. Not that we're going to grab now, but that we might be able to try and
That we
come
mark
and get
them on
at a
the
different
map or
time.
whatever.
Yeah.
Roll luck just flat.
Okay. You know what? I'm gonna use a sigil on this to make my luck higher. So that's gonna raise it up to 65. And that leaves me with 2 sigils. Okay. And that is a 70 flat. So that is a fail by 5.
Okay.
Curses.
So because it's only fail by 5, there are you see plenty of tractors, many overgrown, more just rusted.
Yeah.
So there are
They could have
there's
this.
there's lots of machinery. None of them seem to be in a state that you could drive it back with petrol in it.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
So if you're keen on them, you'll have to send a team out specifically to go look through.
You know what petrol is. We
Yeah.
tell you what petrol is.
A
It's like the
team will,
biofuel that we use. You know how we use,
or a
some of the
biofuel.
remains and yeah.
So a team will have to come and investigate
Yeah.
each tractor to see what's salvageable.
But we'll
within it.
mark them on the
Yeah.
map.
That's right, poop power.
Sorry, just to go back previously to that sculpture like thing. There wasn't any like handprints.
No. So it
No,
was just the 3 lines running from the
Yeah.
back over the skull and
Yeah.
then finishing at the eye holes.
Do you think we should mark ourselves with that same symbol?
I
Not
don't know.
yet.
Yeah,
Because
that'd
that could
like a
be
warning.
it could be
Yeah.
enemy or it could be prey.
Yeah.
If we see a lot more of it around, just like on buildings, maybe.
Well, as you mentioned it, because I was going to say,
Ooh.
like, not just because you mentioned
Yeah.
it, that's why I asked about the farm buildings.
Uh-huh.
As you walk, and on the first, let's say, 3 farm buildings you see as you walk, you see the same 3 green lines that's been painted on the side of these buildings. And they are, it's not completely faded, but it's maybe you would say like a couple of years old.
Okay.
Because you've got binoculars. Looking through the binoculars, you can see it's been painted on with actual paint.
Okay.
But like just using hands, so you can see hand streaks, and it's once again
3.
3 distinct lines on the
green.
farm buildings, all various shades of green.
When we first started moving through areas and buildings back in the day, once we'd cleared them of any infected,
You
any
marked
dead, we marked them. Not like this. We
Seems a bit
used
different.
we used writing.
Or like an X or whatever.
And it's civil defense. They did a similar thing. When they cleared buildings, they marked how many people they found within.
Seems more like territorial kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't think this is human. I think this is.
Is there any paint left in
Yeah,
these building?
Do you want to go inside of the buildings and check them out? Because it's more like you can see them through the binocular. From like even like
Yeah.
but a good like 100 meters, you can see. Oh, there's them.
It might be worth checking one, so
Yeah,
we can
that's
establish what it means, because it could mean this is ours, stay away, or it could mean we've cleared it of the 3 markers, which we saw human skulls, we saw animal skulls, so it could be enemy/prey.
In one of these, like the first one you approach and you see it's the build, like the roof's already gone, so it's open to the elements. Nothing of value is in there, but as this is like they say the closest one to the edge, you see that there is
Easier to see into.
yeah, it's an there you see an empty paint bucket, with that's well, there's no paint, almost no paint left over, and on the inside of it you see various just handprints, of green faded handprints inside of the place. Some of them as just handprints. Other ones you can see as attempts at being decorative. You see various just lines being drawn, but nothing
Like finger
definite.
painting.
Almost like finger painting, very crude cave art type stuff.
I think what I'd like to try and do after having a look at some of them is try and see if I can find a basement or a cellar to this property. Because if the marks mean like safety or something like that, it could be a resting place.
That's what I want. And I also wanted to, like, you said there's some vague kinds of pictures, to see if any of them, the pictures actually look like anything, or if it's just
Squiggles.
someone squiggling with the paint on their hands.
It's roll logic to just try and determine what the stuff is.
At least they're creative.
Nope, failed by 13.
Okay, it seems like squiggles.
Yeah.
Okay. On the second property, you do find they've got a cellar that the door's already been opened. Can't hear anything or anything, and like you can even see already from outside in as the floorboards of the main property has broken through. Empty. Like this one has actually been emptied, not just
Like stripped.
it's been stripped. The only thing in here are just some dirty floorboards of things that have fallen in and some animal carcasses.
Right.
Maybe it does mean clear.
Could mean clear.
And there's symbols on this one too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the group symbol and they just use it.
Yeah, let them know don't search here because we've already taken everything that's worthwhile. Okay.
Yeah. So after these like 3 farm properties, because you were sort of moving around, as you go a bit closer in, you stop seeing the green marks.
Okay.
Do you want to like skirt all the way around Helensville, or do you want to investigate the township itself?
I think skirt around first with the idea of getting to the aerodrome, and then if we have more time, we can investigate Helensville, see if there is a different group there, or if it's more of the 3 green lines. But that's definitely the main goal.
I will be, like, as we're skirting, I will be like, not investigating, but watching the edge of the town as we go past, because it is like the first ruins of the old world that have come through as well. So it's
You've never seen buildings before.
roll perception plus 20 for
Really.
and as you do, as you skirt around it, I'll let you see how badly.
that's a 38 pass.
Ooh,
Nice.
that's actually like that's a decent pass, 38. So as you get just north of the town, just north of like those little more suburby areas, you see like smoke coming out of one of the houses, not through the chimney, but just from the house. Faint, wispy smoke, black smoke. The place isn't on fire, but there is a fire inside of the house.
Nudge whoever's in front of me in the line as we go past him.
I'll take out the binoculars to see if I can get a closer look.
Yeah, so the house is once again in a bad state of disrepair after 20 years, but through the broken windows, you do see the wisps of smoke coming out, and you see on the darkened inside, you do see like the dancing glow of reflected firelight.
Fire.
We could get closer.
Do I see any? I know it's ways off, but do I see any shadows, any movement?
No, it's just like the flickering of the light itself.
Okay.
Does the building have any lines on it?
Yes, it's got 3 green lines on it.
No way. I think we go keep distance and
I think you're right. I think
gotta go see a field and check it out.
I'll mark this, and I just kind of take out, and I just kind of mark
How far are we from this building?
around that.
That's
building.
maybe a good it's a few hundred meters.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's stay low and then.
Because at least if we can get to the aerodrome,
We
we
need to
can
know
figure out.
what is
Yeah.
going on here.
And then
Might be.
we can always come back here on the way. Because if we start running now, we won't make it to that aerodrome.
I think
Stay
something
low,
we've got to
slow.
remember as well is this is just supposed to be a scouting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
We won't get too far
Also,
ahead of
you
ourselves.
just imagine all of these conversations are just like.
We have to like lean like in like the four of us like heads really touching to
We
each other.
probably have a little bit of assignment.
Thanks to taking it. So.
Okay. As you get past like the little suburby area of Parakai, just north of Helensville, you start seeing on the farm buildings again the 3 lines.
So there's like a spot that was.
So as you
laid out.
if this is the area, if this is the area, as you came into it, that's where you saw the green lines. Nothing except like that one house, and as you like move onwards, you'd start seeing the symbol again.
Okay. Right.
And as you pass one of these farmhouses, you can see the aerodrome.
Okay.
Well, a big building that you
Yes.
say this has to be something. There is a ruined little like comms tower where you can see the top has been like shaved off.
Yeah.
But you can see like there's a tower. There's a big, long, lengthy building of a few stories tall. This must be the aerodrome
And does
in
it
the
have
distance.
green lines on it? Can
It-
you not tell from here?
You can't tell from here, but what you can tell is from looking through the binoculars, there is a lot of smoke coming from it. It's not on fire now, but either someone set like 3 dozen campfires inside of this place, or there was a fire recently
Distraction, maybe?
Maybe.
I wasn't expecting
Well, the
this.
place has been destroyed.
No planes, no hot air balloons.
here. Not from what you can see now. You can see like as you get close, because now it's just all grass. You can see big mounds of rusted metal, which you presume to be the planes, but nothing else.
We're trying to keep us in the long grass, like low down, just kind of peering as much as possible, doing, a bit of a crouch walk.
Yeah. As you get like closer now, you can see different fire like scorch marks on the building.
On the planes as well?
The planes, no. So they are all rusted to hell and gone. But on the building itself and a few hangars, you can see there are evidence of fires having been set recently. And as you walk, your footing becomes a bit firmer as you get very close to it, and you believe you're on the tarmac now.
Yeah.
Even though you're still in the grass, you're like, it's not
like-
as springy as it was. And as you creep closer, you start seeing dried blood throughout the tall grass, and where you can see depressions in the grass from what you think bodies have been dragged through the grass. And you can see blood trails throughout the grass.
Relatively recent.
You move along with the trails.
Yeah.
So they've either been dragged to the place or been dragged from the place.
Can we see kind of the direction of...
which way the grass has fallen.
Yeah.
Like dragged.
Backwards.
Yeah,
So with that in mind, they've been dragged from the place
away.
away.
That balloon might have been an escape.
Yeah. And
must
that
have fired
they got
it down.
attacked.
Yeah. I don't know how they could have been here for a while without the others coming for
Or
them.
maybe they came in knowing...
Yeah. We might be able to get some answers if we get closer. I think we're going to have to see what happened here.
Yeah. I don't know. There's a lot of smoke though. Maybe it is just an aftermath. Something bigger that happened.
Yeah. I think
As-
understanding what happened to another group of potential people could help us.
As we get closer, can we see any of the green lines?
No, but as you get closer, you can you see near the ground, just sticking out above the tall grass at the edge of what was the entrance to the aerodrome's main building, now broken in. You see 3 lines that's been the blood is dried blood. Also again drawn with like full handprints.
Yeah.
Old dry or
It's dry. It's not gone completely brown, but so it's fresh-ish.
Perhaps within the week?
But you would expect something like that. So it's
And
not.
it has been about a week since we saw the thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Fun. I don't like
This
It's
could
not
be
great.
pretty risky, and it looks pretty ruined, but it could be pretty useful getting up high in that old
tower.
tower and then seeing if we've got a radio too.
Is it a climbable tower?
Well, the inside, yes. You can see the top has fallen off.
Yeah.
Oh, is it one of those ones that has the big thing on the top or whatever, or it was?
Yeah, it's like air traffic control, but
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can see there was a room at the top of this one.
And it's gone.
And it's now, well, that room is now on the ground
Yeah.
Right.
in various pieces. But most of the tower, and that's maybe like a good 4 or 5 stories, is still there, and the door is non-existent.
Yeah. I think if we send one of us up there so that we can have a look over the area, we'll know if there's anyone else here right now.
Quick question: who has the best perception?
Where's Nick?
Yeah, god damn it. Bastards languishing
I'm
back in
40.
the cave. Same.
It depends, because if I'm... That's not technically forest though.
Yeah,
No,
out in the
it's
forest.
I've got 30.
You're out in the woods.
Yeah.
What about Jack? How's his
39.
eyes?
Okay.
Okay. Alright, so by the river.
Yeah.
Well, you got binoculars right now, right?
Okay. Cool. Yep. All right. And how far is that tower from us right now?
It's only about maybe like 30-40 meters. It's right next to the building.
Yeah.
So you're still like in the tall grass, looking at the building. It's
probably
right next to it.
check the building's clear before you go.
I don't want to get stuck up there.
Fair. Alright. Stick our head around the edge.
Yeah.
Have a look in the building.
Okay. Who is sticking their head inside the building?
I will head.
Okay, perception minus 30.
Yeah, it's dark in here.
It's dark in here.
I will follow unless you're
Are there
forcing
any light?
people
Is there
to
any
sit
light from the fires?
As you get closer, you can see like just through like the open door. There are embers.
Yeah.
So there's no
No lit fires.
lit fire, but there's still smoldering embers.
I got a 10. I got a 10 on this. What I'd probably try and do more than anything. Actually, you know what I'll do? Instead of like just trying to look in, I will probably just kind of like go knock on the building just once, just like a triangle on the metal, and then just listen, and then just kind of hold. For
Okay,
to wait.
so while you're outside, or like looking in, and
while I'm outside, it just like knock at like towards like where there might be an opening. If it's
Okay.
like the hangars
So
or something
next-
like
A
that.
rock.
the main. So okay, they said the main building. It was like a double swing door that's
Oh, yeah,
now
yeah.
been like demolished. So you stand next to it.
Yeah.
You knock. A
And
big
then-
clang goes
Immediately freeze.
And then
through
just-
everything. You hear nothing back.
Okay. And then I'll stick my head in just slightly, and then
Okay, and then you roll.
with 10 perception. That is that's a 19.
Oh, just.
Wow. Okay.
So is that a pass?
That's
or?
a fail. Fail.
Okay.
19 fail. I had to beat a 10. But yeah,
Close.
Just close.
Close.
So as you,
straining.
all right. So as you
I
make,
probably would actually bring the tinted goggles up.
okay. So as you take that one step in to have a look, you look up instead of down, and as you step, you only have like half a second to just hear click, and then your foot is like ripped out from underneath you, and you see him just being quickly just on his back dragged in.
Yep.
Before the break, last thing that happened was Scott, looking as carefully as he can into the aerodrome's main building, stepped onto a trap and it dragged him violently inside and upwards into the dark. And that's all that you three see. So before we go to Dylan, what happens? What do you want to do? What's your intentions now? You see him and it was quite violent. You hear like a big thud as he falls backwards onto the ground. And then,
Put my torch on straight away towards where he was.
okay, so you were all outside. He walked in, and so
Yeah.
he's in, gone.
Yeah, I'll just get the torch up just so I could
Following up
I
behind
am-
him, so I probably just run out into the open doorway to see what the fuck's happened.
Yeah, I'm immediately drawing my axe.
Okay, you've still got your bow out.
No, I've just got my
Okay,
torch, yeah,
just
because I would have put it back since it's walking around for ages.
Okay, so do you all approach or just Jack?
I'm definitely approaching.
Yeah.
Okay,
You're looking at the ground with the torch and then up
Yeah.
to find where Scott. Yeah.
Okay, you walk. Okay, you walk in, look around, nothing on the ground. Look up, and suspended from about 3 stories up is
3 stories.
yes,
Yeah, this is
We
a
are
big,
not
it's a
gonna
big
have
hangar.
to cut the film.
is so done down, and everything else is pretty much in dark or in shadow. So there is light coming in from all the broken windows and things, but no internal sources of light. And it is a fairly large interior building. This seems to be where all the it's more like the sort of admin-y bit, but because they do launch small airplanes to other small airports. So this is where the baggage came, where you waited for your
You
air.
did 3 stories?
Yeah. So it's an open air 3-story place.
Yep.
You see the old baggage little train there. No baggage, of course. You see old desks, counters, all in various states of being broken. Roof is still fine.
Well,
So you can't quite see any of the girders or light streaking in. All the light just comes in from the outside through all the
Through the-
broken windows and through the doorway you just came in.
I want to look up at Scott and then do a quick-ish look around to see if there's anything coming running at us from the dark.
Okay.
Also be looking, but seeing if I can see what he's suspended from.
Yeah.
What I'm attached to. Yeah.
Because, yeah, we're not going to be able to just cut it.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't just.
You don't want to fall on your head?
So nothing runs as you, approaches you, or anything like that. You seem to be the only people in the building. Looking up at
Are you
Dugdale
okay?
and then following where it came from, you can see there is a rope running over some pipes against the roof, and you see a big looks like an old oil drum that's now hanging up on the ground.
Yes.
On the far side of the building. That's a counterweight.
That was probably the loud clong that went when I was up here. I'm okay. It's a lot higher than I thought I would be.
Yep. Looking outside towards the forest and everything, is there any movement? Because we just made a lot of noise.
Yeah, not at the moment.
Okay.
But now that someone has spoken, you do now see movement from inside.
Shit.
So, when Scott spoke, you, whomever was looking around, saw like someone actually like step out from inside like one of the offices from behind a counter, and it is an actual person wearing goggles, wearing like a scarf around the face, and like carrying a crossbow.
Oh.
And at that, I'm just gonna put my hands. I'm still holding the axe, and I say, "We don't mean you any harm."
Yeah, just torched kind of near, not like blinking it out, but like just so we could see them properly, and yeah, just other hand just.
Yeah, actually, are they wearing gloves?
Yeah. Yeah. So it's,
Okay, I just wanted to see if I could see any skin.
Oh no. Well, you can like bring goggles and a scarf, so like you can see
like bit of the forehead or whatever, and they're not super pale.
Not super pale. They're both Caucasian, but no.
Okay.
We are super pale.
No, they're not.
Yeah, so I was just like
unborn pale.
No. They got like both.
They have hair.
Yeah. So like
two of them. You missed the both there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like after the first bloke, another like guy comes out, not with any like weapons on. And as soon as like after you said that, he just takes off his goggles, pulls down his mask, and he goes.
I'm gonna take my goggles up.
I just hang up there and I'm looking down at all this and I'm kind of like, I reach my hands out as well. I'm just looking down from above and I'm just kind of also trying to keep an eye.
Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on them, but also keeping an eye on him. Just
and I'm trying to like swing and look to see if I can see anyone on the railings, anyone that's
Nothing, you can't see anyone yet, and the guy, the one without anything seems to be the older of the two, maybe mid to late 40s. The other one seems to be in his like late 20s, and the older guy says, "Sorry about that, not quite who we were expecting."
I figured.
Sorry about intruding.
So you're all good. Hang on there, we'll get you down.
Appreciate it.
I'm gonna just slowly put my... Is the guy pointing the crossbow at us?
Yeah, so after Daniel says the older guy just puts his arm on the shoulder of the younger one, and he just then like lowers a crossbow.
Okay, I will lower my axe and clip it to my belt, whatever.
They both still they move towards where that old drum is on the other side of the building, keeping like
distance,
a fair distance, and keeping their eyes on you. As the older guy gets there, he says, "Someone get ready to catch him. There isn't an easy way down."
Can't you just lower him a bit first?
Like,
we have rope.
Well, if you've got rope, you can... Because otherwise, it's just I'm going to cut the weight here and he's going to fall.
Yeah, let's not do that. I'll take out I've got some nylon rope, and if we can tie it to the end of the rope that's there.
To extend it,
to try and lower a bit.
I'm just going to get under Scott anyway, just in case. Just wait.
Yeah. So we'll tie it before we cut the other one. I'm just, I'm right next to him. This is the first time I've been next to another person who isn't one of our...
Oh, like they would have moved away. So it's as you move forward, he'd be like...
Okay, just tie it onto the rope, make sure that it is solid, and then...
Maybe two of you grab onto that just in case.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure.
I will...
Before you release it.
Okay. Yeah, right. And then slowly start sawing at the...
Okay, so who's holding on?
Us two.
All right. Yeah. Do both of you... Oh, no, so who's got the highest might between you two?
I got 31.
31 as well.
Oh, fantastic. So one of you just do a check, add 31 to this.
What are you doing?
So 62.
So 62.
Here you go, Richie. You guys got this?
Yeah, you got this.
15.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So, you cut through, the hemp rope. You feel it.
I will wrap the, thing around my waist a bit, just to, offset the weight and everything.
Yeah, so you're...
I might lift up.
Yeah, just immediately picture, Scott comes down.
So your feet does, briefly, leave the ground, but, with both of you there, you can, slowly,
and then
get back on feet. And then...
feed the rope through, just so you're lowering.
Okay. I wonder if we have enough rope I don't know if we have enough rope to go the whole way, so we'll go as far as we can.
I don't know how long of a rope, maybe like, I don't know, 50 foot.
Well, that one would, because remember, you stepped on the ground.
Yes, yeah. Oh, right, okay. Yeah, true. Right, okay. It's just about getting me down. Yeah, okay. So as long as
You
it's
still
at
probably
least
be a little high, but
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, I'll just stay nice and still, but kind of be ready to like tuck if I need to.
Right. Between you, between you two, that's like it bring like with your rope brings maybe up like 1 story of a fall.
Yeah.
still a bit of a drop.
Yeah. So just with you, just do a might. You'll catch him, but we're just going to see how bad. Add 20 to it.
Yeah.
So there's not that.
3, 2, 1, release.
Yeah.
That is a 100.
Oh my god! That's a critical
Fail.
critical fail.
Yeah, that's a crit fail.
I will re-roll that.
Cool.
Otherwise, I would have given you an injury. As he does, like.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, I got you.
Yeah, Jack's first journey out, broken arms. No.
That is a 39 success.
There you go.
better.
You're good.
boy.
Strapping a leg that catches you, luckily, unarmed. Oh, well, yeah, unharmed.
Just kind of land. Thanks, kid. Ooh, and I'd kind of just like get out.
Yeah. Pull out a knife and start trying to cut
Yeah,
off the zing.
I'm just trying to I'm trying to unloop it so I'm not cutting it if I can for them.
You're gonna have a big old bruise.
Yeah.
It's probably like a pulled hamstring.
Yeah.
I will, once he is free, then I will pull my rope back and loop it up.
As that happens, the old guy says, "So what brings you here?"
We saw something.
What?
Something in the air. You seen anything?
Where did it go?
So,
South, yeah. It was traveling north to south.
How far down?
How far? We lost sight of it.
We didn't have a very good vantage point.
About how far south did it make it?
It didn't seem to be descending, right? It was at a...
let's keep on.
Yeah, but how far south?
How far south?
Maybe.
Hard to say exactly.
Looks like it's heading towards the city. Or what was the city?
It got close.
Well, we lost sight of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, last time I saw it was still on the shore. Or above.
Was that
One of
you?
yours?
The ones that survived this, he says, and like with his eyes, just motions at the building around you.
There's still like the embers and the fire and everything, yeah.
Were you here when this happened?
No, we came a few days ago. They were supposed to check in with us.
How many people were here?
10. They were supposed to bring that balloon up north.
North.
Not south.
Have you... have you had many encounters with the others?
These things.
Yeah.
Yeah. This was not supposed to be part of their territory.
Is that what the lines mean?
Yeah.
The lines are theirs?
At least these ones.
Huh.
We thought the aerodrome was beyond what they're willing to go.
I'm gonna take out my little sketchbook and show the picture of the hand, the palm on the mirror or the hubcap, whatever. Do you know what this means?
They look at each other, go, "You seen this? Where's that from?"
Further south.
No, this is the furthest south we come.
Is
Are there
north.
more of you in town?
Not here. We're from. And then he stops.
Yeah.
Somebody's in town.
It's them. It's the green streaks.
Are they dead or living? Or both?
They're the new kind of living.
So you're from north.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you got red, yeah. So you've got red hands down there, green streaks here.
Yeah.
We have blue tusks up north.
Blue tusks.
Like boars?
They have clans.
Tribes.
Yeah.
They got groups, yeah.
Blue tusks we keep out of the way with. We thought we had an arrangement with the green streaks. They don't come north, We don't go south.
An arrangement. Have you been able to communicate with them?
No, but we stay out of their way, they stay out of ours.
Right.
We don't step on their territory, they know not to step out of it.
Okay.
So they're not actively.
Hunting you?
Yeah.
No.
So red palms.
That must
That's
be
their own
another one.
thing.
But we think someone broke the arrangement this time. 10 people can't fit into that balloon. We think they took some of ours.
They just like step forward and hold out a hand to.
They both step back.
And just say my name to them.
There was tracks, bodies dragged.
Yeah, that's what we think they took ours. We were hoping they were going to come back.
Any chance that they're alive? Do they take people alive?
I'm not sure about the green streaks.
What about your blue tusks?
Yeah.
They take people alive? And they don't come back?
Not the way they used to. What about your red hands?
Haven't seen them, really.
Just seen the markings. That's it. Can I see? So I can see the age of this.
Yeah.
These
So
are just
they've both taken off their goggles and both pulled down their masks.
Okay.
I've got my goggles off, but not my mask.
You've been up north for a long time then? So I'm guessing you saw the flash.
Yeah, it's been a while since then.
Yeah.
20 years?
We expected it was Auckland. Didn't go looking for it.
Yeah. Let's just say we haven't seen or heard from anyone for a long while.
That's good.
And that balloon was the first sign. It's good to know that there's still people. There's still us.
No. You're you. We're us.
Right. Well, I mean, not infected.
Listen, we don't want any trouble.
No. We don't have enough time for trouble anymore.
What are you guys' plans now? Moving?
Well, if they're not going to come here, we'll have to go into the city. We need to see what happened to our people.
We came past earlier today. Seen a house, had a fire going. 3 streaks.
Could be one of theirs.
Yeah.
How far away from here?
About,
Couple kilometers.
yeah,
Okay.
closer to the town. There was a section where they didn't have any marks.
That means it's within territory.
Right, the marks of the outer edge.
Yeah, outer edges or their homes. If they're like the Blue Tusks. Like I said, we don't come here.
Yeah, sure.
How far north from?
Away a while.
Right.
I used to live up near Kerikeri and all that. I made a farm there.
I doubt it's still there.
How far north have they made it? The others?
Only ones we know are the Blue Tusks, and they're far enough north we haven't found the edge of their one. We don't know if there's another tribe up north beyond them.
Okay.
I'm just gonna lean into the Scott. You good? Can you walk?
Yeah. Yeah, just a little bit of rug burn.
Right.
We're not planning on sticking around here. We were wanting to see if we could find where that balloon came from. We got some answers now. Sorry about your people.
The way they're dressed, they're just kind of like armored up, or just regular clothes?
Regular clothes. You can't see any armor on them, but they are wearing. The younger guy's wearing like a jumpsuit.
Okay.
So it's quite baggy. Not sure if there's anything underneath it. The older guy is wearing like a denim and a leather jacket.
Right. And the younger guy had a crossbow.
Yeah.
And does the other guy look like he has any weapons?
He's carrying like a hatchet on his belt. He's got a couple of daggers on the other side. He hasn't turned his back to you. As far as you're not sure if there's anything on there.
Yeah.
Nothing obviously sticking out.
Yeah. They're obviously capable. Just, alright.
I feel like there'd be like long silence.
Yeah.
Awkward.
Kind of staring at each other, kind of.
Yeah. As the long silence goes,
First people we've seen in 20 years.
yeah, the old guy goes, "Do you know Jim Walker?"
Jim Walker. Name doesn't sound familiar to me.
He gives you a searching look. All right.
Can I look at the rest of you?
Who's Jim?
Doesn't matter.
Someone we should be worried about?
Maybe.
This is like very fucking
Tense, yeah.
standoff.
I feel like I would have smiled.
I was watching both sides of this conversation.
Yeah,
Like,
I'll just say...
You're like, this is fascinating human behavior.
a little bit, yeah.
Would you, give us a moment? Just need to have a chat.
Not a problem. He just just walks behind the younger one, picks up just like the hemp, and they both walk backwards.
Yeah.
And he starts spooling it back up again.
We don't turn our backs to them either.
And I kind of lean in towards the four of you. So, we've got an option here. If there are people who got missing, we can maybe find out more about where they've gone, what happens. We don't have to save anyone. We don't have to be heroes. But if we follow them, we might be able to learn a little bit more.
Well, no.
The second it gets bad, we get out.
It sounds like they're going to be going a long way, though.
They're going to the city.
Yeah.
What's left of it.
Well, we came past it on the way here. We're getting close to midday, so we're going to have to turn around at some point. What we might be able to do is help them get one of theirs. I don't know how much they value individuals, but if they could trade, then maybe that's something. And it would give us an idea of how things work.
I think right now we just need to decide what our priorities are. For me, I think it's relearning the lay of the land.
Yeah.
And we now know that there's these tribes, I guess. The red hands, the green, and the blue tusks.
Oh, snap. Okay. No.
Oh, snap.
Okay.
Okay, as you say that, you all of you hear in the distance. So it's you can clearly hear it's far away. It's not very faint because it's loud, but far away. You hear clear. You hear a person scream very sharply, very loudly, very suddenly, but very distinctly in pain.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone is just like immediately on edge.
I look up, I look at them.
Both of them, like they've got a knowing look about them, where they're like they know what this is.
Yeah.
And as soon as they hear it, like the older guy just puts the hemp around him, take like a hatchet and an axe, and they both just start walking towards the front door.
Do you know what that is?
That's probably one of ours.
You gonna go and help them?
Follow you guys.
Yeah, we have to try.
Lead the way, we'll follow.
They both put goggles back on, masks on.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I would have gold up, but then goggle back down. tinted. You can't really see the eyes, just because I think we've ND'd them as much as possible so that the sunlight doesn't fucking burn our eyes out.
Yeah. We need to have eye patch, you know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
All right, I've got my axe.
Yeah, and
crossbow and all that.
I kind of like, as we're kind of getting into line, I'm just saying, we're learning. We don't have to save. We're just learning.
And if it gets bad, we run. Yes.
Yeah. Get back to the coast. And I will take out a knife, and I'll just kind of have that in hand.
Well, actually,
With
I'll
my
go.
arm still strapped up against me, and I'll just kind of try and stay low and keep following them.
I'm gonna go for my crossbow actually.
Um,
Have that loaded.
yeah. And I'll just, as I'm kind of going ahead, I'll just kind of do like a quick hand signal, just to effectively signify it's a trap.
Like you're saying that now, or are you going to say like you will say
I'm
when
signaling it to these three behind me.
that it's a
that
trap?
It's a trap.
Okay. They both take off at sort of a crouch run across like the open field, just hunched over, just so they're just looking up above the tall grass, and they go straight south. And if you follow, you'll see that they're following where the blood streaks were.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd follow, but I'm going to keep a bit of distance between us and them.
Okay. Yeah, they keep up a good jogging pace.
We're probably a little bit winded after a bit.
Yeah. And when they come to a stop, they are within like a literal
true.
stone's throw of like the residential houses that borders the aerodrome park.
Yeah.
And from here on, then they actually slow down and actually like start crouching. And after a while, the older one pops down to a leopard crawl, and you can see the younger one wait. After like a significant distance, the older one pops up, shows them to come, and they move. And they sort of do that stop-start movement where the younger one keeps an eye with his crossbow while the older gentleman leopard crawls forward.
Yeah. I'm gonna do a low crouch.
Yeah.
Still below the.
Yeah, keep a bit of distance for do this. Just mirror their movements, basically.
You know, watching and learning from what they do as well as following these guys.
Yeah, and I'll just kind of do like a little signal of like eyes, like at the rear, just signifying that one of us
Keeps
keeps an eye behind as we're moving.
Yeah, I can do that.
They move like through the residential properties without slowing or stopping their pace. They're still doing like the stop-start, but they seem fairly unconcerned with like the houses around them.
And like they know that they're empty.
Like they know they're empty, but they're still, when they move, they're still looking to make sure they're empty now.
Yeah.
But it seems that
They're
they're familiar enough.
All right.
Past the row of houses, there's a open grass, and it
High grass or
high grass. But you can sort of tell this was a road, since
Okay.
like all the houses stop on a perfect line.
Yeah.
Right.
And then there's open grass, and then a forest, a little forest. It's not a big forest, but it's a little one. And you can see within this forest there is smoke coming out of. And as you reach this end, you can start hearing now sounds being carried on the wind. Some artificial sounds like a lot of like metal clanking on metal, bit of glass. But you can also hear in voices. You can't tell what the voices are saying, but you can hear that there's people.
Yeah.
It's the sounds of all the different sounds that people make when they're in a group together.
I don't know about this.
What they're doing. Good.
I just kind of, I'd spin back around and just say, we're just getting close enough to see. That's it.
I'd probably say to one of them, have you been in this forest before?
They say this is as far as down as they came the first time when they went looking for their people. But the older guy says that's their base.
So you're gonna just go in there?
We need to see what's going on. You don't know what they do to people.
No, we don't.
Is there some Do you have a plan about kind of roam straight in?
We need to get eyes on there.
You think that they're making your friend make noise to draw you in?
Depends how long it's been, depends how excited they've become.
Okay. You lead the way.
Okay. Rather than doing the whole stop start, they both move now side by side, inching their way like on a crouch.
I like to keep a
toward it.
distance.
Yep. I'm keeping my eye on them more than what else is going on, and letting them be in the front.
Yeah. You hear again a very anguished, painful scream, and you can quite distinctly tell, yes, it's coming from this space. It's coming from directly in front of you. It's much closer now. You can much more clearly hear this person is in significant pain.
Yeah.
The amount of voices and everything that we can hear, does it sound like a large number of people?
Roll perception. And while you do, something else you all hear is like sort of around the sound of this person screaming. There was a second voice screaming. It was a voice.
18.
18, you think more than a dozen, less than 2 dozen. So between 12 and 24.
It's severely outnumbered.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna quickly signal to the others how many I think are there.
Yeah.
Like 12 and then 24.
The second voice you heard was much more hoarse. It was a voice that it's like someone's been screaming enough that they've lost their voice, but is still screaming. And as you move closer, while you've for now stopped hearing a painful scream, you can still hear this voiceless scream just above the sound of the wind. And as you now get into the trees, you hear more sounds, and you can hear odd words as the best way to describe it. These are words that you think did that person just say car, or was it foire?
Yeah.
You know, this voice, I'm sure he just said bicycle, or he could have said unsicle. You know, it's words it's like
Mangled.
almost,
Slightly
it's
off.
mangled, but it's like you're hearing it's like a different language almost that you're hearing. So you can definitely tell
It's almost like a regional dialect where it's like there's aspects that are similar,
Yeah.
or
So it's almost like you just walked into Sweden. You're just hearing people speak Swedish. You can clearly hear these words there. It's people speaking, but it's almost like you think you can understand it, but you can't. But
Me with French.
yeah. It doesn't sound as nice as French.
Okay.
But one thing you do see is as soon as they get into the forest, they go single file. With the older guy, every time he moves, he scrapes the soil with his axe, and the other guy looks up. And he looks up and he's holding on with one. Oh shit! I have the camera. Holding on with one hand on the guy, looking up with his crossbow, and the other guy's just sweeping the
Sweeping
clear.
out in front.
As they move deeper into the forest.
I'm just gonna be.
Yeah. And I kind of nod, and at this point I'll stop walking and I'll just look at the other three. I'll say, we fall back, we wait, we listen.
Yeah, let's just hold here, I reckon. Don't have
Hold
to
back a
necessarily
little
fall
bit,
back,
but-
but
Just get into
stay
cover.
armed.
Get into cover.
Yeah.
Crouch down in
Yeah.
a tree or whatever.
And we'll just say to them, we'll cover you. Yes.
No, I don't want
No,
to say anything.
they're on my
gone.
head. I'm
They're
not
gone.
speaking to them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you. Actually, if it was that quiet, hearing voices, probably not.
And I'll just kind
We are not speaking.
Yeah, I will position myself by a tree, just trying to kind of look through, keep my eye on them for as long as I can.
Yeah, maybe I go you look forward, I look up, and then you look behind,
Yeah.
and then you just keep scanning everywhere.
Yeah. Okay. As you wait at the edge of the clearing, you hear another the same person screaming. And then you hear a second person very distinctly shouting, no, 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 and then start screaming. And then by this point, you've lost these two gents as they've moved through the trees. Everyone roll luck.
Uh-oh.
Alright. Oh man. Okay.
Just say how. If it doesn't fail, just how bad.
So
Failed by 15.
it's a 52 fail, which is a fail by 12.
Oh, not bad.
Boost this. I'm gonna boost this.
Just remember to keep
Yeah.
one in reserve. Oh no, that's you.
I hadn't used one.
That's a 2.
Okay, well,
Nice.
there you go. It's always one of the ones that you boost that you get.
So
below
not
10.
too bad.
33. So that's a success.
Nice. So not too bad, not too good. Half fail, half succeed. And it wasn't too bad failures on your part. You wait, and like seconds just tick by, and it's excruciating seconds.
I'm just trying to listen as best
Yeah.
I can.
You can hear that the other people there, not the people screaming, the sounds that they make, it's becoming a bit louder. You can definitely hear excitement in their voices.
Yeah.
You know, it is like it's bubbling up, it's bubbling up, it's
Building.
bubbling up, it's building up. As you do, people who didn't fail, you both, that you failed by, passed by 33, you passed by 2.
Yeah, so I rolled a 33.
Sorry, rolled a 33.
33, so, and my luck is 50, so...
No, it's okay, you passed,
It's
Okay.
33, so
Yeah.
a pass is as roll. So roll a perception check, adding on the results of your previous roll. So plus 2, plus 33.
Perception.
Oh no, maybe people that passed.
Yeah.
So 35 pass.
That's a 97.
I'm gonna re-roll that.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah.
You don't have to spend a sigil.
Yeah.
Jack got it.
Okay.
As you're keeping an eye everywhere, out of one of the houses along this road, quite far off, let's say like about 10, 12 houses down, you see 2 figures emerge. And they seem to be clad in like bed sheets.
Okay.
Just did the same, just...
And then they start
Nudge the
walking.
next
Because,
person.
okay, so if the forest is in front of you, they are from like the houses to your right. And then they've moved towards you and the forest. One of them is significantly shorter than the other one. One seems to be an adult, and one you can guess is a child.
Just try and hunker down into
Yeah.
the long grasses a little more.
Did they see us?
They haven't. You don't think they've seen you yet,
Okay.
but you can't see
They're
their faces.
heading our
They
way.
they have like completely covered themselves over. You could even see what.
So they'd almost have to be looking down, really, if they've kind of shrouded
Yeah.
blankets over them.
Yeah, they even like tied up some of the blankets around their limbs and things
Yeah.
for easier movement. And then
So I'm
they
picturing kind of like a very like medieval monk looking almost.
that cross of how a kid dresses up as a
As
ghost.
a ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the little kid
Yeah.
looks like a kid dressing up as a ghost. The bed sheets though are both green.
Green.
Okay.
Like,
Right.
they look like they've been painted green.
No, these seems to have been like actual green ones. They're not from the same bedsheet collection. They're like
Yeah.
different types of
Different types of green.
different types of green. They haven't matched themselves that well, but they're both very like shade. One's like an olive, and the other one's sort of very like lime, faded lime.
Okay.
But they are like walking like specifically in a direction. They're not like aimlessly walking. They're coming towards. Well, you believe the
Yeah.
event.
And
Festivities.
with their the direction that they're going, would they pass by us, or are they going directly towards us?
From at the moment, it looks like they're walking down this grassy road. You're not sure when they or if they would be turning into the forest.
Yeah. Just say to us, just no. Hold.
Yeah, just look down hunker down as much as possible.
Yeah.
Be as quiet as possible.
I just rolled a 6 twice.
Roll one more time, see if you roll one more.
Oh no, 38.
Wow.
If I rolled a 36, it'll be nicer.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's like the second apocalypse.
Suddenly another bomb goes off.
Yeah.
Okay. They get within maybe like 3 houses distance of you, and they're about to turn in when the younger one like pulls on like the bed sheet of the older one and like stops, looks down, and then while the sheet is like completely over, you can tell, and then looks in your direction.
Stay absolutely still.
Yeah, I'm just-
down. Yeah.
I'm just
I guess
like-
we'd be lying.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
being
like,
completely frozen
fully-
by this tree.
It
just-
depends though, because they're like, because we're not exactly in the forest yet, right? We're on the tree line,
Yeah.
kind of. So I guess there would be we'd still have the
High-
option
high
of
grass.
grass because probably wouldn't be much grass in the
I'm just
forest.
hunkered next to this tree. I'm just like not moving at all.
Yeah.
Just like looking in that direction.
You see the older one just like reach down and touch the younger one, and then the younger one goes into the forest, and the older one starts like walking towards you. Not at a rapid pace, but also not strolling, like a purposeful walk in your direction. Every like maybe 3 or 4 steps, you see the person stop, and within a bit you think they're looking up,
They're sniffing.
looking down,
Okay.
and then walking forward.
They're smelling this.
I'm just gonna, just not move at all, really, and just like have probably lying down with like hand on knife, but just not moving, not pulling it out because then I'm gonna be moving,
I've got my crossbow in hand, finger on trigger.
So we're all kind of together at the
Yeah.
moment.
Are we close enough that we could whisper to each other, or are we,
Yes.
So I'll just
Or signal, at least.
whisper towards Scott as best I can through the mask. Which way is south?
And I kind of just like look up for a moment.
You're on the north side of the complex.
Yeah.
The thing itself is south of you.
Yeah, and I kind of just point like straight through. And then I just I'll point to where the coast is. Should be kind of like,
Where this
Off
guy is
towards the
coming
side.
from.
yeah,
That, and like we
Yeah.
probably have a signal for home or whatever.
yeah.
As this happens, you hear again the captives within the place both start to shriek out.
Does that, the one that's coming towards us, does it like get distracted by that at all? Does it seem to like?
So it stops and then starts again. Okay.
How far away is it now?
It is about maybe like 1 house away. And also, all of you roll perception plus 30.
Say 37 success.
Sweet.
It's another 35.
Another 30. We're all 30.
48 success.
Oh, nice. Okay. What did you get?
60.
60. Nice. Okay, so
So my percent is like the plus 30 is 61.
yeah.
So.
So
Oh, close to it, correct?
right. So you two hear it first. You hear this first, but you all hear it rustling in the trees, coming from the south, coming from the complex, and it's moving closer.
Rustling. Okay.
So something clearly is moving through,
Towards us.
and it's coming in your direction.
Probably the kid going to go and get more people.
Okay. At this point, I'm going to try and look for. I'm going to turn to the direction which is away from where the noise is coming from, where the person's coming from, and I'm going to signal to us to start to move back and away.
Into the forest?
Well,
North.
the opposite direction from where things are coming from at the moment.
So it's still along the tree line,
Along
but
the tree line. Yeah.
eastwards, away from where this
Yeah.
bedecked, bed-cloaked figure is coming
Yes. Yeah, and as that's happening, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a small stone out that I use for my sling, and I'm just going to, with like in my hand like that, I'm just going to with it and try and get it over towards the houses. So it's just not trying to get a specific target, but just to have a noise go off, so there is a momentary distraction.
from. Okay. So you'll flick it
Yeah.
over there. It hits what you think was like maybe a plank, piece of wood, but it hits something where it makes a distinct thud.
It's like a knock. Yeah.
And you immediately see the figure stop and takes a few steps that way,
Yeah.
and then like lifts its head up again.
Yeah.
But the rustling has now like increased.
Yeah, so that's when I look at us and I just point
Fucking
to the east so that we start to move away. And I kind of give the signal for like quiet. Quiet that way.
Okay.
So like crawl?
Yeah.
Or no
Go out
crash.
there, we'd see us straight away.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's not. It's the grass was up to our shoulders.
Yeah.
When we were standing.
But still, if you move through long grass, it's going to see this trail go.
I mean,
And a rustle of
Yeah.
Like, I feel like if you're telling us to go, we'd fucking sprint.
The thing is, it can smell. So it's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I know that we're there, but if we get up slowly. And
Are we running or
How
are
long you
we?
leave? I'm going quietly for now.
Okay.
Okay.
Everyone roll will plus 10 to see if you fail, you
break
take
into a sprint,
if you break up into a sprint.
Okay. Will plus 10?
Plus 10.
Okay.
Oh, except also for you minus 20 because these ones they've been all out and about. This is your first
really
time.
intense day.
Plus 10 minus 20 or
just minus 20.
minus 20?
Yeah.
21 past.
Okay.
I am gonna re-roll that.
I got a 2 success.
Oh, you're just itching to go. You're like,
I'm like,
it's taking everything you've got not to sprint away.
Spend
Oh my god, that's worse.
Plus 5. All right.
okay. Hey.
Has the horse bolted as well for you?
Damn it, that's so close. Ooh, do I wanna?
Ooh.
So close to a crit.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Ooh.
Sorry.
Hey, it's okay.
Fail or close or pass close?
Fail close.
Oh.
It's over by like 5.
Well, we might all be running.
Yeah. Because like depends what happens. Because
Yep.
Yeah, sorry guys. It's funny because in Red Eye, in the time between, there was a point where I was frozen with indecision while there were
Yeah.
the zombies, and I just fucking bolted. So,
well, it happens again.
yeah.
As everyone starts moving, you just
Yeah, I'll
like,
take it.
oh, fuck it, go. Second horse out of the stables.
Misunderstand what you're
Yeah.
trying to say.
I
Yeah.
suppose it makes sense. I'm kind of following their directions.
Yeah.
I feel like
One
if these two both bolted, me Scott would be behind, so we'd probably do the.
Be like, oh fuck, okay.
Yeah. Be like,
Yeah.
okay. Right. Yeah.
You both take off eastwards, running with the tree line. Just
I'm still like hunched, but
okay.
As soon as I see that happen, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off after them, but I'm going to do so with the intention that I'm keeping an eye out for anything that might be trailing us going fast, because I would want to try and intercept.
Okay.
So I know that they've got a head start on me.
Okay. So
Yeah, probably say
those two, yeah. So
you two, you two run up first. Dugdale brothers in
knife out.
the rear.
Yeah.
You sprint off eastwards. As all four of you take off and you look behind, you see the figure look straight at you as you sprint off through the grass.
Do we see his face?
No, because like the sheet is actually like over. It's not like this cow.
it's tracking us by smell. And
Yeah.
So
The sheet's fully over its face.
Yeah. So no cut eyeballs or anything.
Not like a ghost.
So just
Yeah.
so
Okay.
In that direction. It can hear us moving that way.
yeah. Sure.
And it does two things. One, it starts running off after you.
Yep.
Secondly, it starts screaming.
Yep.
And it's like not any words. It just starts screaming.
What kind of scream is it? Just like consistent. It's like
Word.
horse, like.
It's on the horse side of things. Not quite a neigh, but
Maybe do it.
but it's from the tone of his voice, it's like an alarm
Yeah.
thing. You know.
Oh God.
Maybe we just bought an opening for the other.
Ooh.
And that is echoed from just inside the tree line of another voice shouting, a much younger voice
Yeah,
shouting.
that kid was flanking us.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I'm so sorry.
All right, we are
From
full run.
so yeah, you're really like 2 houses down by this point.
Yep.
And you hear an echoed chorus starting up as you hear shout, and then the tone that inside it was getting like bubbling and jubilant, like it's the tone changes. Where the first you hear other people shout and what seems to be anger or alarm, and that sort of like that now carries over until like there's more people shouting and more people as alarmed. And like a quizzical shouting. You can see like it's a spread of confusion and anger ripples.
Man, we might have just
across.
killed those two people. Still like walking in there.
It goes very much either way. I think.
Okay.
Either this is the distraction they need, or them.
Yeah. That's pretty stinky of
Well,
us.
all we need to do, I'm gonna like look back at the others, and I'm just gonna say, red hand, as in we need to get to the red hand,
Right.
and just.
Okay. So you two in the front just keep on. You just want to keep on sprinting. So tree line extends for a few hundred meters. So you've got houses on your left, tree line on your right, and this grassy path in front of you.
I'm not gonna leave him behind. So if he is slowing down at all, then I will slow down as well.
Okay. What do you then? Then what do the Dugdale brothers?
Okay, so if I can see that Kellen is starting to slow down, I would just come up behind them and just like grab you and just say go,
Okay.
keep going.
Okay. Because there are people.
And just try and keep us moving, but with the intention that I want to kind of be between like us and whatever might be coming. So
Okay.
keeping Kellen and Jack in the front.
Okay, so between the two of you, because at the back they'll catch the people in the back fastest. Who's got the best athletics between the two of you? Because that's the worst athletic. Because it's you don't have to outrun.
Slowest, right?
You don't have to outrun a bear. You just have to outrun the
Run
next
this other
guy.
person.
I'm 49 for athletics.
35, bro.
Fantastic.
Oh shit.
It's
Okay.
it's all that smoking back in the day.
Yeah, but we
Yep.
still managed to do it somehow.
Yeah.
Smoking potato leaves. Give me something.
Right. So what
think
we're going to do
right
is a type of skill challenge. So it's a type of skill challenge. So you can roll athletics, and we'll see how well you do. If you can, so what we're going to do is the result of what you get. Just keep a note of the first digit of that. So if you roll a 20, that's a 2. If you can get that over 10, you've escaped. If you fail 3 times, they catch up.
Okay. So,
Yeah, no bonuses for this.
this one's really bad.
Okay, that's
okay.
1 failure. And again, you can spend sigils if you want to re-roll if you want.
Four out of 4.
No, I've got 3. I'm gonna go 3.
Oh, okay.
So how many chances do I get?
You get 3. You can roll as many times as you want until you either hit a total of 10 on the number, or if you fail 3 times. So you failed once.
So you got 2 more fails in you.
2 more.
One first failure is non-mission.
That's 8, right?
That's good.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's an 8.
Okay, so that's a
Success.
that is a success. We'll round it up, so that's 1 on your success tally. So clearly they're catching up.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can. So as you look behind you two, you can see the figure, and then you can see the grass just moving.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, just the fucking
The fucking sheet and just Oh god.
Okay. Another roll. You're approaching the you're like halfway to where you to the edge of the tree line.
57 is...
All right. As you look back, you see the adult there just starts ripping the sheet off as he runs. Now you can see a very skinny, tall, very young, maybe late teens, early 20s man, albino, and you can see across his head and down onto his eyes there are 3 green streaks.
Are his eyes normal?
It's
Just
Can't probably see from that
no,
distance.
not from this distance. It's normal eyes, but you can also see as he rips it off, you can see this pattern of. You can only see from here on. You can see 3 green lines all across his arms and going down.
Well.
And he starts with unencumbered. He starts picking up pace.
Yeah.
What you see though is as he rips it off, as it falls off, he takes hold of something within it, and it seems to be a cow's one half of a cow's jawbone.
Yeah.
Shit.
Meaty. Fuck.
They know how to make weapons.
Yep. Cow tools.
Okay. Alright. So I've only got 1 left.
1 failure left. As many successes as you want, but 1
Yeah.
failure.
Oh man.
Yes, if you succeed, they're not.
So spinning around, I see that Richie's
Falling.
Richie's falling behind. This thing is kind of catching up
Less
to him.
falling behind you. You two are both keeping pace. This chap is just faster than you are. He's slowly catching up.
I'd say to Richard, on 3. We turn, we stop. Effectively, I say turn, strike.
Can we hear this?
No, because you've had difficulty hearing each other if you're not close with the masks, and you have got a head start.
Shooting.
I go, which one? Do I...
There's only one.
There's
that
only
you
one
can see.
following us. Yeah.
No, you
There's
can-
a child,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
that's
there's-
further back.
Yeah. So I just kind of look at him and I just say like 1, 2, 3, with the intention to stop and just like dagger up, be ready to strike at this thing that I'm hoping is still coming at us full speed.
Yeah.
Or even, the idea would be, I would stop and I'd drop down and, completely drop down into the grass and just be ready. The second I see something coming towards me to just lunge out.
Yeah.
Stab him in the dick.
All right, so you two.
Yep.
Okay, so you stop and drop down.
I give him a count. I'm like 1, 2, 3, and I stop and I drop and I'm ready to.
Okay.
Stop, drop, roll.
Yeah.
Strike.
Same as well, because you both.
Just would have like combat training, how you do
Yeah.
shit,
Okay, so you both drop down. I'll do that. What happens first before you two go? You two's running realize it, just because you won't be looking back every second.
Yeah. You're gonna be worried there's gonna be like
A bunch.
20 of them coming at us now.
Well,
Quite fast, so we can't really battle long.
gotta do something. Just need to stop this one.
Okay. Okay. So you drop down and you just hear this footsteps on grass, and you've got an instant with where you see the shadow falling across you.
Yeah. And then it would just be drive up like knife through the grass right up towards this thing.
Okay, roll fight.
Okay. Do I have any bonuses from this thing?
Well, I mean, it is a lot of momentum, I guess.
Yeah, it's his momentum, but he's also going to roll. So you're both going to roll.
Okay.
So he gets a plus 20 charge bonus.
I get no bonus.
Not from this. Well, no.
Because he can't see me as well, currently, right?
Well, he saw where you went down.
Yeah.
So,
necessarily see you in the first place. I suppose now he does.
So it's a flat roll.
unless you spend a sigil.
Okay, I'm gonna spend a sigil on that. I'm gonna boost that up. So that is gonna be.
You only got one left.
Yeah, I've only got one left. Yeah, so that is gonna be 50, 60, 49 plus 25.
74.
74. Okay. Come on. 57 success.
Ooh. That's very nice. So he also rolled extremely well. But
Oh,
here's the
thank
thing, it's like he's entirely focused on attack. So he's gonna take that whole thing as damage. And that's pretty much what you're doing as well.
Yeah, my intention was to like have the knife out, be ready to stop, and just like have.
Okay,
yeah,
so pretty much you're both
try
gonna
and-
he's gonna crash into you. So you're gonna take a wound as well, and he's gonna take a 57
plus 10 for the weapon modifier.
plus. So that's what
67.
67. That's a grievous wound. Because what I will give you is the chance to move, since as like aiming, since you were ready for attack. So you can place that within 30 points of. Whereas you could probably move it up to the chest area to give him a grievous wound on his chest.
That would be that's kind of the general area. Strike up around here, up around the septum,
Right,
lungs,
right
anything.
underneath the sternum,
Yeah.
straight into the heart.
Yeah, just like up towards the torso. You know, anywhere.
Best way to a man's heart, between the third and fourth rib, baby.
You're assuming that's where their heart still is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Its heart's like down here
Yeah.
somewhere,
And
It's actually on the shoulder.
and that they
They've got
only have
two,
one.
just where the kidneys were. Yeah.
and one
many
kidney in
kidneys?
here.
One kidney. Yeah.
Right, okay, since I don't have a character, where is 27? What?
27
I'm guessing that's an arm?
is also torso.
Okay, so you also take a hit on your so
Okay.
So as he comes-
Thankfully, I have armor,
okay.
which can help.
How much armor do you have?
I have soft armor, but it is improved by Callan here, so that's a minus 25.
Okay, so you take a significant wound to your
I will
chest,
take that.
and that's just blunt force trauma as
Yeah.
this
Wind knocked out of you.
thing just crashes straight into you.
yeah,
you
I
do.
imagine you
Yeah,
fucking tumble to the ground.
yeah. You
yeah.
both go ass over TKL. You do give him a grievous wound into the chest.
First blood, baby.
What do you want to do?
Well, I would have gone it.
Dropped and stopped as well.
Yeah, but as soon as I
Yeah.
seen him, like, them
Clash.
both
Yeah,
clash, I
clash
would've
of them.
jumped up to try
Okay.
and,
Okay, so just roll a perception minus 20 as you like see this and move towards it.
Oh, failed by 2.
Failed by 2. Okay. So, out of the corner of your eye, you will get it if you want to dodge or anything. You see, quickly move through the grass, the little one come and just lunge straight at you with what seems to be some sort of like animal horn in its hand. Do you want to like? You'll take a since you failed. What did you roll? Failed by 2, right?
Yeah.
You'll take a -2 to your roll. Do you want to like just try and like push her off? You dodge out of the way.
Kick the child.
Kick the baby.
Just smashing
Yeah,
it.
probably just because I'd have to hide, just kind of like. Oh no, it's because spiky.
Do you want to use fight or
Spark gets in the face as it charges you.
What's dodge and
Dodge is athletics.
Yeah. No, I'll try. I'd probably just because I'm much bigger, just try and
Yeah.
just like kick it back.
Yeah.
Because I've got my little hatchet.
Right,
thing.
roll
Opposing
fight.
with fight.
When you do
-2.
when you do the spin around, just
Just punt it across.
Yeah, 21 pass.
nice.
21
Nice.
pass.
Good shit.
Okay. And I suppose one. So you do connect, but you both like. It's like momentum is just too great. So you don't. You take a minor wound to your chest as you clip it. You clip it with its foot, and it just goes like thump into your chest, and you
you've
fall
got
over.
armor, so it's probably more just like
You've got
Oh, what? How much?
get winded, right?
25 minus 25.
25. So okay, you don't take any wounds then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
You just get.
Yeah. It just. Yeah. You clip it. It just goes. Boom. You fall over, but no.
And it
wounds.
falls over too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not on top of it. It's like
Tangled in the sheet, like
So we're just going to glance back and there's going to
Yeah.
be no one behind
Yeah.
us.
So now at that point you would have your turn and.
But hang on, first, what do you want to do? So you you two here, you clearly hear 2 thumps,
clash. Yeah.
and then
I
nothing.
am going to
Immediately,
whip around.
whip around and
I'm gonna
try
have
and figure out what the
my
fuck just happened.
crossbow out.
You probably would have heard me just like a
Yeah.
from like taking cow axe blade thing to chest.
Yeah.
Good bruising.
For now, I'm going to hold my ground with my crossbow ready to shoot at an enemy.
And Jack,
I've probably still just got because I probably didn't have a chance to put my weapon away once we started bolting, so I'm probably just turning around still with that in hand, trying to just looking and trying to figure out what just happened because I don't see anybody.
Yeah.
And just probably a moment of
Trying to figure out what's going on.
yeah.
okay. So Rich, we'll start with you next, since you're in the best possible position.
You're standing still.
No, both you both on the ground.
But yeah.
All 4 of them are in the grass.
Yes. On the grass, in the ground.
But you still have the higher ground because it's little.
I'm still the same height as my life, so it's not that good. I'll just try and charge, basically. So I guess it's kind of moving itself.
Sort of like a tackle.
Getting up. We would both be getting up.
Getting up, but you want like sort of like tackle the kid, or
Nah, just kind of like full on, because it's kind of like a little hatchet. So
Okay.
just kind of
roll
running with that.
roll fight.
Lunge at it.
So you're getting up off the ground and trying to just.
Yeah, but running at it with it.
You and it are on the ground together.
Yeah, so
You're
run.
in
Just
it.
saying. So yeah,
Yeah.
standing up like
Side
Yeah.
by side on
Yeah.
the floor.
yeah.
Just trying to get the higher ground.
At least get like a one knee underneath you kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, fight.
But I'm going to
Floor.
I'm gonna use the sigil.
Fight the child.
So it goes up to 65. Fuck. 81.
Okay.
Roll.
Yeah, reroll.
Okay, how many sigils you got left?
I'll
After
drop you
this-
to 1.
Oh yeah.
I thought
Wait,
you'd only
you
used
spent
one already.
No.
He just spent 1 just then.
Yeah, just spin.
Oh,
He
did
spends another 1.
Yeah, and you
Yeah, I
wouldn't
only
have the
had
boost
3,
on it.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. If you re-roll, it's without the boost.
Yep, so 40. Fuck. Nah.
Okay. Okay. As you go and you swing to where you see this bed sheet is, it connects and hits ground. And you're like,
She's coming. She.
where the shit did it go?
Oh boy, it's
Baby
out the sheet
child.
now. It's out the sheet.
Right.
Okay.
What do you want to do? You two both like
Yeah, I
fell
tossed the
over.
ground like my
Roll
knife
over.
has made its mark type thing. I would try to. I know it's going to be messy in the ground
roll,
here.
just roll luck plus 20.
Okay.
Does the backhand on his axe come out above the grass, or is he still too low?
No, you would see just like axe.
It's a 42 success.
Fantastic.
For luck.
Yep, keep going.
My intention would be to, if I'm able to, with pulling the knife out, get into a position where effectively I'm either straddling or I'm just atop this person here, and it would just be to stab back down as hard as I can.
I'll say, so when you crash, you hit him and you both tumble, so you can like try and go for a jump on him to be able to get up. So I would say roll fight for that to like
To try and see if I can get into the position.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right.
You can do either that, or if you want athletics, since you don't want to you want to get onto position.
Effectively, I'm trying to get into a point where I would have the superior position. So
Either athletics or fight.
Yeah, they're both 49 at the moment, so I'm just gonna mix it up.
So
athletics
minus 10 for your significant wound.
Oh, to my chest. Yep. Oh boy. So I got to be at 39. Oh boy. Okay. Let's see if this is possible to start with. That is a 7.
Ooh,
Success.
Okay. Yep. So let's see.
Oh boy. Is a grievous wound.
Yes,
right?
he gets minus 15.
Then minus 20?
No, 15. 15.
Oh, right. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Hang on. So that is a. Right. As he rolled really well. You lunge for him, and as you get to, he just pulls both feet up and plants it firmly on your chest, and then just like donkey kicks you off.
Yeah.
And you see him just goes whoa, out of the grass, back on into the grass.
Shit.
Fuck. Okay. All right.
Okay, that's for that. Okay. Roll perception minus 20. What do you two want to do?
I'm gonna head towards seeing you get kicked off.
Yeah, you see me out of the grass for a second, laying back, and just like, oh god, looking at this guy.
I'm going to I've got the crossbow in one hand, and I can't see the other guy.
Not yet.
No.
He's still flat on his back.
Okay. Just sword
Okay.
and just start rushing.
Both Russian.
Seeing Calvin rushing that way, I rush towards
Where you saw the hatchet.
where I saw the hatchet come out.
Fantastic. Perception minus 20.
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah.
How much did I have? Failed by?
34.
That passed.
Okay, so
So I failed by
failed by 20.
20, yeah.
20.
Okay. Roll okay, so you see far too late, like as you look around, where the hell's the kid? And just once again, just behind you, you see this kid just jump through the grass. Yeah, through the grass at you. However you wish to respond, you'll be taking a minus 20 to that because of your roll, or minus 22, or however much you failed by. As you see this naked kid, and the flash, as you see it, same thing. 3 green lines across the face, and then along each limb, like 3 streaks.
Are they almost like translucent? Kind of like just that pale?
No, probably like it's, that sort of albino reddishness, like pale skin, but like you can see the all the blood and everything underneath. So quite
Finish avatars.
So it's minus 20, right?
yeah. If you want athletics or fight or however you wish to move out of the way or defend against it, because you like reacted so slowly, you're going to get that penalty.
Yeah, I'll just try and fight, just try and
Right.
literally hatchet it in the face or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you're opposing, usually when you're using fight, it's like if someone's bringing a strike in, you're trying to like parry it or some degree. Yeah.
Yeah, but if it's jumping towards me, I'm just kind of
Yeah.
Yeah.
Try and push it away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roll.
I figured sword makes it so easier to.
so 20. Yes. Nope. 51 fail.
So fail by 30. Okay, so the kid. So fail by 30. How much armor do you have on your chest?
It would be 25.
25. So, just so how much fail by 30 something, or how? What exactly? Because it depends.
31.
Fail by 31.
No, 21.
Fail by 20.
Was it?
So what's your
You rolled
fight?
That's 40, so then it was rolling for 20.
So 31.
31. So plus 6 to this, effectively with it. So you take a grievous wound to your chest. So You try and swing at this kid far, like your arm is just too late, and you sort of like swing behind it as it like hits in, and not however your armor is structured, it finds a spot in between, and it just this like animal horn, which you think is like a cattle horn, it just digs straight in to your chest.
Ooh, boy.
How much?
That's a grievous wound to your chest.
So that would just be like the first one.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So you take now minus 15 to pretty much everything you do.
You're only one.
Yeah. Sure. What would that be as a grievous wound? Would it be like a punctured?
Probably like through here or something.
Yes, I'll probably say like
Not fatal,
So
but-
a puncture, so that's a until it gets pulled out and when it starts bleeding. But so it's so it'll just be like a puncture to your let's say your muscle, your pectoral muscle.
Oof. Yep.
All right. Okay. What
Should have skipped right.
So
I-
what
well,
everyone's
we're gonna
My
double
my
team as much as
intent
possible.
my
Because
Oh,
intention
yeah, for sure,
is to go and help Scott and find the guy that was attacking him and stab him.
okay.
I'm just worried about all the because this will probably be like a minute worth of fighting. Like,
No, it hasn't.
No,
Six-
each round
Okay.
each round's 5 seconds.
I see.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's next to no time.
Yeah, it's been about 10 seconds of hell.
Yep. I know it's going okay over here.
All right, so as you two run in, it's the tall chap's turn, and he stands up fully, so you can know exactly. Like there he is, very tall, very lanky, very pale, very reddish, and it's just like the 3 green lines, and you see him rush straight over to you.
Good.
Okay, what would you want to do in response to seeing this thing rush at you with a giant, like cattle jawbone?
I'm going to try and dodge out the way, so I'm going to go right to the side.
Okay, go for it.
All right, so obviously everything uses your torso, so
Yeah,
I'm going to have a minus to that, minus 10. Dodging, though, putting myself out of position, that does give me a bonus,
Plus 10,
though, right?
Yeah,
Plus
if
10.
you're fully like jumping your
I
way
will
out
full
of
on
it.
jump, just to disengage from here. I'm not looking
Yeah.
for any bonus, so it'll stay the same. So that's going to be a... yep. That'll just be flat. So I'm going to beat 49. And that is a... Oh, shit. That is a 95, so I'm definitely going to re-roll that.
Yep.
Because otherwise that's a terrible fail. That's my last sigil. So, I want to go home after this.
It's like, just throw everything down.
Even if you roll worse than that, it's not going to be worse than that.
It can't be worse than a 95, right?
then he rolls
It can be
100.
It can be 100.
Probably not.
Yeah. Even if you roll like a 99, like still.
Yeah. Okay, come on. Here we go. Okay. That is a fail, but it's not as bad. It's a 68 fail. So that is staying pretty much where it is. So that's a fail by... It's 49, so it's a fail by...
What's the 49 when you rolled a 60?
Rolled a 68.
So fail by 20... 19. Fail by 19.
19.
19.
Okay,
Okay.
and how much armor do you have?
25.
25, so... Yeah, more than that. So so all you do is you take a minor wound
Yep.
to your chest. As you try and dodge away, he just clips the back of your chest with the jawbone. You just feel a thunk.
Yeah.
That just flings you that little bit further away from him.
that little squeak in the chair was actually quite a good sound effect.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Right,
So
Kel,
I minimized
it's yours.
So does the guy have his back to me now because he's facing
Yes.
Scott?
Yeah.
Fucking run him through.
Basically, I want to run him through.
So roll plus 20 for like charging at him.
Sword in hand,
and do I
charging.
get flanking because Scott is there?
I jumped away,
He-
unfortunately.
yeah, so he's not like
Yeah.
like fighting him.
Yeah. If I didn't dodge, I would still be close enough to help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not good. I'm gonna re-roll that.
Fair. You got a
So
good
many
advantage at the
sigils.
moment.
Got 2 left after this. Okay, so I don't... Oh, sorry. So how much do I add to it?
Plus...
What's your sword? Obviously, that's plus 20.
So my sword is a
Medium.
Yes, so
twin...
you also minus because of the sword, so you're taking a minus 10.
To the roll.
To the
to a roll.
when you're striking.
Okay. Sorry, so
Plus
I don't understand
Plus
how to-
10.
So
So
plus 10 to your...
Instead of a plus 20 to the roll, just a plus 10 because of wielding like a heavier weapon. But the
Okay.
damage you do is plus 20. So what did you roll?
I don't think I'm gonna hit because I rolled a 77. My fight is a 41.
So that's only 51.
51.
So no, that's a
So it
fail.
need to be below
But-
50.
Alright, well.
So in the chaos of the melee, you like as he like swipes at Dugdale's back, you try and swipe at him,
And I miss.
and you miss because in his like blood loss, he stumbles afterwards, and you just like clip the air above him.
Yeah, I'm just like, he probably doesn't even know I'm here. Just like, and he's just like, oh.
Cut a little bit of the sheet off.
Yeah.
You see, like getting close, you see now this kid on top of Rich, just like going bang.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming probably, because it's the kid and they're on the ground. By the time I like see exactly where they are, I'm almost on top of them.
Rich was like standing up, well, not like on his knees
Yeah, I didn't
type
get knocked
thing.
over from that.
No, so he's
Oh,
like,
okay.
yeah, the kid's above the grass, just going.
Oh, okay.
Grab him by the leg and just.
Well,
If I guess if I can see them, then I probably just attack. Just
Yeah.
swing out.
Swing, plus 20 for a good charge, run and with your dagger.
Yeah, it's a -5.
Yeah, so plus 15.
but you'd also get a +5 for flanking with Richie.
Yeah.
Because it's.
So yeah, so
it's
plus
intentional
plus
skills.
20.
Plus 20.
And he's kind of stuck on me too, so it's
Yeah, I'm not gonna roll for him since like back to you, busy
Yeah.
both hands. You get a free shot at this one.
yeah, we would.
Did you miss?
I'll reroll that.
How many sigils you got left? You're all running out of sigils and running out of time.
One more.
Hey, you got backup though.
Yeah.
If you want to take some stress.
I did do that when I bolted. So
Oh,
I
you
have one
did.
left.
I see. Yeah.
Okay, that's an 11.
Okay, so plus 10, that's 21, so that's a significant wound. So as so you don't get the knife, the dagger all the way in. As like clearly Rich is just saying, "Get the hell off me."
Yeah.
They're both wiggling and thrashing about. As you stab in, the kid lets go, screams blue bloody murder, and falls off and rolls off. And you're just stuck in there with like a cattle horn, just like
Yeah.
That's fine.
there.
Yep. Oh boy.
Yep.
Okay. At this point, Kellen and Jack, as you're looking towards where you all came from, you see.
So disconcerting for everyone to be using their real name except me.
I know, and Jack. You see figures, like from back where you came from, emerging out of the
Are
shadows.
they running?
Not at the moment. They're like they're walking out. You see like 11, and they're all naked, all undressed. You see things on some of them that reflect brightly in the sunlight, some sort of ornamentation on them. As it happens, how long do you want to keep watching them as opposed to what you're doing?
I'm probably pretty distracted by the guy with the big bone thing.
Probably just clock him for his
I clock them, and I'm gonna say, just we need to go, and try and take another swing at the guy. Is that a thing that I'm doing? I can do now, or
No, it's Dugdale first, but you
Okay,
can just like just want to ask if you wanted to watch a bit longer. But your intention is to like.
does it
Head to
look
go.
like? Are they looking towards us?
Yes. I mean, like they're looking at the
You can
sounds.
certainly hear the commotions.
yeah.
going on.
Well, yeah, the kid is like screaming, and
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the other guy.
Yeah,
is
he's
screaming,
also, and well, he's also in pain. So yes, he is.
And you know what the thing is? These two are the last to join the ceremony, so they could be priests or some kind of special figure to these people.
I don't know if we want to kill them. I wonder what if we just fucking run, so they'll catch up to us. I don't know.
All right, so
You have to be able to run.
so it's my point in
Yeah.
the initiative. Okay, so yeah, I would turn to like I'd look up towards like you, see what's going on there, and I'd just say to Callan, get him out of here. Just kind of like motioning over towards where Richard is, currently with the kid. And because I'm a little bit further away from this guy, I'm going to try to literally just like run straight at him and just like dagger up intention to charge at him and just kind of drive the dagger into him.
Awesome. So
Yeah.
plus 20 minus 10 minus 5 for the dagger. So plus 5. Plus 5.
Okay. Plus 5, so it's going to put me at a 54. Come on. That's a 94.
Okay.
Oh my god!
As you
Yeah,
run
so
up
just-
at
yeah.
it, I'm just going to see if this is going to work.
Fine.
As you run up at him, he fails. He tries to take a swing back at you as you come, but you can just see his whole chest now, and his upper leg is just like red now. It's like blood just keeps spurting out. And he
Get
tries to
hungry.
take a swing, but he just like falls down one knee.
Oh, good, good.
Go.
Yeah, I kind of look to you and the others, and I kind of just point towards the direction that we were going.
Yeah. I will turn tail and run towards Rishi then in that case.
The kid is. You can't see the kid at the moment, either of you. Lost in the tall grass.
Either of them or either of us.
Or either
any
of
of us.
everyone.
Yeah, my intention at this point would be to start running, but I'm kind of like holding to like start running until I know that they're all
Okay.
up. And
Go, man!
Right, everyone. So Kellen gets to Rich.
Yeah, and I will
Jack assists.
help you up and
Yep.
Jack assists, and you.
hold on to the thing.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, don't worry about that right now.
What are this?
Yeah.
No, just hold it in
more like-
place while we're running.
Yeah.
Give Cullen a hand to get him to his feet, and then
Yeah.
immediately, for the immediate moment, just start walking backwards, following them, just watching, because we can't see that kid.
yeah, so I would try as best as possible to stay ahead of the others and just be quickly trying to navigate the best best route for us.
Dugdale takes the lead, you to the middle, you in the back.
Yeah.
As you move as quickly, and this is
Like a little side swipe thing. Yeah.
So this is relatively speaking quickly.
Yeah.
As you head off, you're the last person to watch backwards. You can't see the kid. The older guy stands up and stumbles towards you. Doesn't make it far before falling down again. But in the distance, you see another group emerge from the forest. And the first group sort of makes space. They haven't approached. And this first figure, as it emerges, you see that and hear this is the one who's making the horse screams. And you see this figure sort of being laid out and supported by the others. And it is entirely covered by these vents. And you can see the air around it's
I'm not
entirely
like that.
hazy. And it just keeps screaming. The funniest, oddly funny thing you see about is it is
Not funny, haha.
not
funny,
not
weird.
funny, huh? Funny, interesting, strange, in an academic fashion. It is completely covered by shiny things and ribbons, or like green ribbons that have been cut out of
That's
either
the priest.
leaves or green fabric. It is it's like a walking ornament, spewing things into the air for all these veins that are coming off it, and just constantly screaming through like ripped vocal cords. And it has like a few chains on it, which some are like pulling, other ones are actually you can see trying to like help it. As it turns around, you can see the back has like so much veins on it. It's like tilted off to one side. They need to like support it just to be able to keep it from walking by itself. And that procession then turns towards you.
Nope.
So wait, is that
Turn
ahead of
around.
us?
No, that's behind you.
Just behind us.
That's
Just
coming
fucking
from the
go.
woods. The woods behind.
Faster.
Alright, so because no one is currently chasing you, I'm not going to have to do another skill challenge since they are sort of like awaiting
We
the
damaged them enough.
the procession.
Yeah.
So like you make it around the edge of the tree line, and you see ahead of you what's you think was like the road running down past this reserve. It's just once again just an open space of green grass before another tree line on the other side. Now you just want to gap it down there. It heads south.
Yeah.
That's the plan. To
Something
try.
that I would like to do if any moment we stop to take a breather or whatever, just for like a couple seconds. I've been supporting Richard. If I see any house that has green lines on, I want to put a red handprint above.
Okay. None in the vicinity, but yeah, once we get there. Okay.
Oh boy.
And as you limply run away, that's
Just
what,
if I see a house
Yeah.
along the way.
oh
that's
yeah. I'm saying there's
I
like
wanna
a
do.
few. I'll check the map. There should be a few coming up. Right, and that's where we can stop for a wee break. Right, so you just managed to escape from this macabre procession after, beating the snot out of a little kid and potentially killing his parent.
Or big brother, you don't know.
Right, so you're off around the tree line. Ahead of you, you're sort of in a forested corridor. On both sides as a tree line, and in the middle you've got this long lane of grass interspersed by the odd gorse tree. And I presume that you're just keen on just keep
on
gapping.
going. We probably have to stop for a moment just to try and help Richie.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're gonna
Can't travel a couple of hours with that still in him.
Yeah, no, yeah. It would be.
And also, we're leaving a blood trail.
Yeah, go until I think that we have enough distance. Once we kind of can't hear the screaming so much anymore, that's when we'd stop and try and, just.
Remove the thing and do some
I kind
first aid.
of. Well, he's got a mask on anyway. I can't really stop him from screaming, but I'd just be like, I'd just kind of grab his hand and let.
I guess you pull the thing out, and I will
Yeah.
try and.
I'll let those two between them.
Okay, so
try
how are
and
we
do some
doing? First aid is Finecraft still.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm good at that.
Okay. Since I guess you did bring a first aid equivalence kit.
I did.
So I'll give you a plus 20, well, plus 32, because you've got the kit with you in order to do what
So I
needs
just have
to be
to
done.
roll below an 80.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Yeah. All right. You got some expertise. Oh my god.
How bad?
86.
I'm gonna steal that.
just roll on it. Easy. We got this.
Oh my god,
Oh.
Oh.
I rolled 484s this whole fucking.
Oh my god. An 86, an 84.
So I failed by 4.
Boy.
Roll two more times and you'll crit.
Oh boy.
Okay, so
Wow.
so someone else can have a go, but what happens as you pull it out?
Yeah.
That was a good
Yeah.
reason for him to pass out.
You did. So what happens is that the horn hit the side of his aorta, and the blood,
Oh, yeah.
it literally fountains out of that wound.
No.
So with two failures, he's bleeding out. Like just in the minute it takes you,
Matches.
his whole torso is just covered like in blood,
Or
and
lighter.
he has
How
lost
big is
consciousness.
the?
About like
Oh,
the-
yeah, it's a
About
decent-
sword tip sized?
Yeah.
no, because it's like a cattle's horn.
Yeah, so
a cattle's
yeah,
horn
yeah, it's
that
like a
went
round.
into him.
Okay.
Right.
Would we have any sort of sorry, what's a cat? Fire starter, like a lighter, or a
What are you thinking?
cauterizing it?
Just called
It's a big wound. to
yeah,
cauterize.
it's about like an inch.
You would need
across.
a cattle horn sized thing to cauterize it.
Like the flat of a sword.
Yeah, but you'd also need to heat it up for
heat
a
it
long
up,
time.
Alright.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
In that case, just fucking put pressure on it.
If I would just say gauze, all the gauze, use all the gauze.
Just stop right up.
Question. Can I probably can't really, but am I able to see where the artery is?
No, so like as soon as like I pull that, like the
Yeah.
the blood, but like the flesh would go
Yeah.
back like.
I was just thinking of going in there and just pinching it. Okay. Yeah. Just do probably some we could probably do some stitches.
Well, you need to stop the bleeding first
Yeah,
of all,
okay.
so that's the gauze.
Yeah, sure.
First aid before surgery.
Yeah. All right. Just put the gauze on, and I'll
Pack it in
get
the hole
you
with
Yeah,
the
but
to
just to actually pop it in.
put the pressure on because you're probably a bit stronger than me.
Chop.
Okay.
And imagine Richard is just
He's
out.
out.
with
He's
the amount of
complete.
blood
The
that's
little bit
going.
of skin you can see from him is
Yeah.
he is pale. He is very, very pale. His whole torso is now covered in blood.
Fuck!
His whole left arm as well. He's like
Yeah.
It is. It's wet. It's it's starting as he's lying down. It's dripping onto the grass.
Yes, we're leaving a trail.
Well, I'm guessing you're like stationary at the moment.
Yeah, no, we are not moving.
Okay.
I'd lie him down and, okay. We need to do this fast. We need to get this bleeding under control.
Yep.
I'm gonna carry him.
One of you can carry his arms, one of you can carry his legs.
I'll carry him, you're injured.
Well, we can carry him then.
Okay. Well, we need to get this under control.
Yeah. Okay. Future Kellen knows what to do in this scenario. Am I able to try again?
No. So
No.
Like that test was like you couldn't stop it. So we can try it later on, but that
Okay.
was your best attempt.
In that case, we'll just take, if we've got any spare clothing with us or whatever.
Well, you got the little rope you used for getting him down, so you've got something to tie.
Yeah, I'm thinking more bandages. Yeah.
Well, you've got gore stuffed in the wound at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you're able to just kind of keep pressure across that
Okay.
or something, you can
Yeah.
at least alleviate the
Yeah.
amount of bleeding.
I will. What kind of armor does he have on? I mean, we've probably taken it off.
It was just soft armor.
It was soft
Yeah,
armor,
so
so
like the
yeah, we've literally
canvas
just like pulled it apart.
Yeah. I will just take off one of his gloves, put it over the thing, and then wrap it with a thing, just so there's something.
His hands exposed.
Okay. Well, do we have anything with us?
No, you sort of came just with the clothes on your back and enough supplies to last you
Okay.
like
Yeah.
a couple of days.
You've packed it with gauze already.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty much like tied up and packed. Of course, it's about as best as we can
Leave
get
this
for the
and
Let's
moment.
get the hand, I'd keep the seal on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. As you, I'm guessing one arm over shoulder. You want to do like top and bottom carry.
Yeah, we could probably put his arms over and then hold his knees, so we're doing like a
chair.
chair sort of thing.
Yeah.
That I don't know what's the easiest way to carry someone.
No, unless the strapping on lad just wants to like fireman carry. Probably not the base on the wound, but neither is lifting the arm up and
I mean, you
straightening
keep pressure on it. If he was resting on it, it'd hurt like a bitch. But
He's unconscious.
Try the princess
He's
carrying him,
unconscious.
I guess.
Yeah,
It's
well-
probably the safest way to...
yeah. For,
Are you
at
injured?
least for a while.
No.
Okay, good.
Yeah. As soon as you've got him up, I'm gonna keep looking ahead, but keep an eye behind.
Okay. Since you're looking ahead, roll a luck as you now more slowly move towards the edge of where this tree corridor is.
All right, that's a 75 fail.
Fails. Okay.
Yep.
So on your left, as you exit this tree line, you see the curve of a stream moving, like just like curving in towards you and then curving away. And on your right is the sort of main suburb area. You see all these dilapidated, half-destroyed houses, and there's the grassy road sort of runs first alongside the stream a bit and then through the houses.
What direction is the best way to go?
You can see the stream curves off east,
Yeah.
while the road then goes, hello
Hi.
you.
It's a panther!
Oh my god.
No, sweetie. Get down. Get down.
Technical difficulties.
A black cat crosses your path.
Yeah.
So like the sort of road heads
The way to go
walks
home
up
is to...
west,
West. We want to go west.
or
yeah.
if you want to like sort of carry on straight, it's just
Yeah.
like the old
I mean,
farmlands now.
if we crossed the stream, that maybe would lose our.
A scent. Yeah, but we need to go west to get to
Like by the stream, but like it's
We
like a
don't wanna
minor
keep it
river.
moving.
It's not
Oh,
like
okay,
too-
not a stream.
No, sorry, it's about 40 meters across.
Okay, never mind. Never mind. I was just thinking, like, oh, we can just hop over it.
Richard doesn't want to swim right.
I would try and take us along.
So, yeah,
a
so-
route that's going to take us west.
West, yeah, so that'll go along, that'll follow like the outer edge of the suburb along all the houses.
Yeah.
Straight ahead south as just open grasslands, and then left as the river, east going east.
The grasslands, while easier to travel, will be more visible. So, yeah. I'd want to try and go, like, how close to the houses would we have to get to be able to go?
Alongside their properties.
Alongside the properties. Ooh.
So they'll have, yards and stuff, overgrown with trees and more gorse, but so you won't have to like go right up against like the walls.
Yeah.
What is going to get us there the fastest over the grasslands, yeah?
Grasslands are to the south.
Yeah.
So that is not necessarily gonna get us there faster, but
And that's
it
a
might
south that'll hit that,
Safe.
will hit you straight back into like proper Helensville.
Yeah.
West through the suburbs will pass them as more farmland and then the hills and the ocean.
Yeah. So we're gonna have to get closer to the houses. I'll let them know. I'm gonna say we're gonna have to get close to the houses. When we get closer, we'll slow down. We'll go as quietly as we can.
We could always have him in like a piggyback sort of position and just like scrap him onto you.
And I'll just say to the others, don't forget about the forest as well. It might seem like it's okay, but there was definitely creatures in there.
Okay.
So you're looking ahead, I'm looking behind.
Yep.
Okay, so you move through the suburbs
Yeah.
as quickly as you can, which isn't very.
Yeah.
It's eerily quiet. The only sound you can hear is still the screaming and shouting from, which is now, let's say, 2 blocks away from the reserve. You don't hear anything like right up next to you. You don't think they're in hot pursuit, but it's still it's not nice sounds coming from there. We're quite angry, and
do any of these houses have the green on them?
some of them, the odd one, there doesn't seem any rhyme or reason which has one and which doesn't. Some of them are almost completely destroyed with the green streaks on them. Other ones seem mainly intact, so it's really just the odd one, maybe one in every road as you pass by and look through.
Right.
You see them.
Yes, I would do what I had planned and put one of the red handprints.
Yep.
Okay.
Why not?
Just one, or you can do it like a few times?
I'll do it a couple times, yeah.
Because I mean, like there's lots of blood to use.
And I mean, I could probably use some of yours as well,
Yeah.
like.
I
No, you didn't bleed.
I haven't been bleeding.
Oh, you haven't? Oh,
No.
sick.
That was
Nice.
just a
Yeah.
impact wound.
Yeah. I have a significant wound there, but it's more bruising than anything.
Gotcha.
Okay, so every time you pass by a house, plonk, plonk.
But after a while, I just do a couple of them
Okay.
and then stop.
Okay, as you get to what was once the main road going through, like you just presume it is because it's the widest open grassy lane you go. You see 2 figures absolutely hauling ass in your direction, clothed and one with a crossbow.
Oh, it's them.
Okay.
Yeah, and they immediately spot you. You spot them. They don't slow down. They don't break pace. They just keep gapping it south back down towards you.
South, okay.
Because they're north of
They're
you.
hitting restriction, and I look at these 3, and I'm just like, God, we have to go
Yeah.
as fast as we can.
In that case, we'll both carry him just to make it faster.
Okay.
Okay.
Or I don't know actually if
You know what?
never tried to carry a dude.
You know what? It probably is going to be faster. So, what I would kind of instruct you guys to do is for you to be carrying his legs and for you to be carrying his arms. It's really dangerous for him, but we will be able to move faster, and then we can deal with the ramifications of that afterwards.
He's wearing armor.
But the idea is to, well, it's less about the armor, it's more about
the blood.
the bad wound.
yeah.
But yeah,
How
so
difficult
that
is
we
he to
can go
carry?
as fast.
I mean, he's not like a huge dude.
No, but I mean, like none of you've got like lot of muscle mass on you these days after 20 years of eating mushrooms.
Unfortunately, not as hefty.
So as a start, you
Department.
barely do a jog.
Yeah.
So as you cut across main roads into like the last road that you can see that has houses on it, you think you're home safe. They catch up to you like 2 minutes flat.
Yeah.
And the younger guy, once again, not speaking. The older one just says, "Do you need help?"
Yes, please.
Yeah, I'll say, yeah, he's got a puncture. Bad.
He just he tells the young one, take it, and he takes a crossbow from the younger one. And the guy doesn't anything. He just takes him and just like puts him onto his shoulder.
Like slings him up.
Yeah,
Okay.
just slings him up,
Thank you.
and then
Keep on going.
yeah. Now you can take off at more of a proper jog with the old guy. Just like he's now in the back, just with a crossbow, just like constantly looking behind him as you.
I will
jog
have
away.
my crossbow out as well.
Okay.
And I'll probably, as we run, just try and like wipe my hands a bit dry on my pants, so I'm not.
We're gonna have to do some disinfecting.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep hauling it. I'm gonna keep looking back.
You're now at the edge. This is like, so you can see ahead of you, grasslands, old farms, behind of you, the suburbs. Ahead of you, about, what's it, 3k's distance, there are the hills.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, at this, so
We don't have much of a choice.
Okay, so
Until we hit the red border.
okay, do you want to go just straight west to the nearest hill, or do you want to sort of follow your way back, curving around Helensville, going south?
Because the curving around was the route that we took before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably that, yeah.
Yeah. To try and effectively leave this territory and get into the other territory so that, well, hoping they won't follow. And if that's the case, then we might have a chance to stop any degradation of his wound. And at this stage, I'm not stopping the others from following us along because they're helping us get out of there.
Yep.
Okay. You make your way, like, pretty much retracing your footsteps. They refuse to go anywhere near a forest or a copse of trees. So they even if with the visibility, they don't say anything. They're just like, as you go into the tree line, they'll just like maybe 4 meters away, just stay in the sun.
Speed is our priority at the moment.
As you make it all the way back to the collection of skulls, the
Yes.
border marker.
Creepy totem.
Yeah, at the totem. And at this point, the young chap, he doesn't just like draw pressure, but he does just put him down on the ground.
Yeah.
His whole side is now covered in blood as well.
Yeah.
And the old guy says, "This is where we leave you."
Thanks for the help. I hope we'll get the chance to see you again, and hopefully under
Alive.
these circumstances.
Perhaps. If you see Jim Walker, tell him William McCoy is looking for him.
Jim Walker. I was going to ask you about that name. William McCoy.
Good luck.
And to you.
And they just both start going backwards. But as you can see, they don't take the same route you take.
Yeah.
They stay alongside the hill line, and just
But they're staying in that territory.
they move back up north, but not through back to Helensville. They disappear into the trees
Yeah.
alongside the hill.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll pick Rich back up.
Yeah, I'll just say we drag him to some cover. We'll check and see how bad things are, and then we can carry on.
Do we just want to
Keep going until we hit the border, then we should.
I mean, we're kind of at the border at the moment, right? Yeah. But go a little bit further, at least until we see the
Past
other
the red
handprint.
hand,
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you mark on his one a grievous wound to his head?
Which
30.
30?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we'll just stop for just a second so I can check the dressing.
Yeah. So once we get to that point, just away from here, over towards where we saw the other marking. I guess we're probably in a no man's land at the moment.
In the first aid kit would probably split a lot out at least. We would have some sort of form of alcohol mixture.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Your rice wine?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm putting your hand over his mouth just in case.
Oh, yeah, he's out, but yeah, he's just
Yeah.
Yeah. Just in case.
I would lift up his respirator and kind of reach in underneath and
then
try and
I
form
would-
a seal again.
yeah.
Pour that.
No response.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can feel both though.
Yeah, but no
Yeah.
screaming.
And then whatever gauze, whatever I have left, pack that in and tie back up again.
If we just
Keep going.
get back as quick as possible.
Yeah.
We're still a hour out.
Yeah.
That's not enough time. We got to do this here.
All right.
He's gonna I kind of like
this
that. I look down at him.
Still where we were outside the totem, or after we've moved?
Move
way
further
away from the
Yeah.
totem.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
alright.
going to check his pulse.
Okay. Fluttery.
Okay,
Yeah.
I will take off my gloves, sanitize my hands, take out needle and thread.
Okay, plus
I'll
20
try-
to,
Hold down.
to fine
I'll
craft.
try and help where I can if I
Yeah.
need.
Now remember, you can use a sigil if you have one to boost.
One left.
So, okay,
So
plus
okay.
45 to your rolling.
It's my last one.
Okay.
What was that?
Didn't need it. 19.
Yeah, but
19. Good to have. Rather
after,
have it than
after
not
those
need it.
last few rolls.
Yeah.
Fucking
Jesus.
80s.
Okay.
Oh my god.
All right, so that's a 19. So I don't. It's a succeed by a.
So it's 19 success. So
good.
yes, so it's not the prettiest suturing, but the wound is closed. You're comfortable. It will.
Make it home.
You'll make it home. We can have a better look at him there.
Wrap it back up. Keep going.
Yeah,
And
as soon as you're done.
rinse
we'll
off my
see.
hands. Gloves back on. Take it back up.
Good work.
Just like the other.
Okay. Looking back, you see I want to say procession again. You see a group of individuals. You believe them to be unborn, once again cloaked and hooded.
Yeah.
About maybe like 5 of them walking from their little township in your direction. Not at any great speed, but they seem to be walking directly at where you are.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Keep going. We need to break the line of sight.
Yep.
If we can. And then.
And smell.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, you move up the hill.
Yeah, haul him back up, and yeah. If we can find a spot, like what I'll try and do is moving up the hill, I'll try and find a spot that is more covered in gorse. That would be more difficult to make us out, even if it is more difficult for us to move through. Because we've got pretty much full coverage. It'll be a pain to try and haul Richard through there, but the idea would be I don't exactly want to see them. I don't want them to see us going up over the hill, over to the coast. So it would be.
And hopefully, with all
Try and
the
find somewhere
dirt
in
and
the
plant
gorse.
matter around, it'll mask some of our scent a little bit.
Okay. As you make it back up the hill very carefully and looking back down, you see that they have sort of diverged their course somewhat, going rather than going that sort of south-southwest, going more straight south. And about 2-3 k's from where like the totem was, you see them gather for a little bit, and then they erect a second totem. And through your binoculars, you see there's 3 fresh.
Oh boy! So very, very like.
Yeah,
Fresh.
they're not skulls. They're like just decapitated heads,
Oh boy!
just hanging from that one. And what you didn't see, as it were, they have something else. I'm not sure if you're sharing binoculars or someone's
I'll
describing the
probably-
macabre scene.
I'd look back and I'm like, this is bad.
Yeah, you see them also like stringing someone up by their like wrists, like a captive, that like a naked captive, just to the top of where the little crossbar
This is the
is.
red hands or the.
This is like they were in green, so they're the ones who walked from the Helensville township.
This is the green stripe side.
So yeah, so they seem to have erected a second totem a few k's away from the first one, and there's also like strung up someone by their wrists onto this totem next to a few dangling, decapitated heads. Not an albino, the person they strung.
Yeah. Is this person headless or
No,
no? Are they alive?
you can't
Ask.
tell.
Okay.
If they are, they won't be for long.
Yeah.
This is our problem for the moment.
Yeah. We keep moving.
We keep moving.
Okay. You retrace your steps as best you can back down south past your border marker of the hubcap with the red hand. You follow the trail back over the hill towards Broken Mirror with its red hand, and then you make your way down the beach,
Yeah.
getting onto afternoon.
I was going to say,
now.
I was like, yeah, that's starting. It's
Yeah.
starting to get a little low.
It is. So, yeah, it's late afternoon by now. As you walk your way down, not quite dusk, but very close. So you would expect that by now most of the valley is in shade.
As we're trudging through, and do we want to? One of you want to radio and get some supplies
Yeah,
in
ask
the
them to put
first
some in
container?
the first container,
before
the
we get back?
quarantine one.
Good plan. Good plan. And I'll send through effectively a request that, we have injured, and that we're returning.
Okay.
With the idea that the quarantine container might have some additional supplies for us to work on them before we re-enter.
Do a slightly better job. Not under so much pressure.
Yeah, you get an acknowledgement that everything will be set up by the time you're there.
We're good to go.
Okay. So it's now going to be what was an hour trudge back up. It's going to be a much more longer one down. And, the closer you get home, the further the sun sinks.
Yep.
So you're confident you'll make it back.
But it's going to be close.
But it's going to, the sun's going to be touching the horizon by the time you get back. So you're confident that, but you are also worried the fact that on the other side of that hill, everything else is going to start waking up now.
Yep. And this beach is well travelled.
Yep. Let's go.
Well travelled. Yeah. No. The second that one of us is tired, we'll try and take over. We'll just swap Richard between us as much as possible.
And move as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Okay. Halfway down, Jack, roll a luck skill.
Here we go.
I'll spend my last sigil on this.
Hey,
It feels like it might be important.
are we lucky?
It's a 41 success.
Oh,
Fantastic. As you walk out, you see that all the seagulls have gone. There's not a seagull in the air. Right, as you get 3/4 of the way back, Callan, roll a luck skill.
Uh-oh.
Okay. No more sigils. Oh,
24. I'm good.
24. Okay. As the tangibles, you start now hearing from on the other side of the hill. You start hearing sounds of animal life, where you've heard nothing all day. Now is where you start hearing sounds, large and small, of things, waking up, communicating, squeaks, chirps, tweets. Well, not really. Chirps and
Screams?
squeaks, and some larger, more throaty growls.
What I suggest we do is 2 of us on either side of the arms and 1 with the legs, and we just fucking wheelbarrow it basically,
Yep.
and just fucking
Yep.
run.
Yep.
Okay. Right, Dirtle, as you get close to, you can see that's around the corner, roll your luck.
Oh, here we go. All right, come on. 36 success. Ooh. This was
It just did a little tip
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
it was on a 50, went to a 30.
Okay. Okay. The sounds of wildlife increase, but you now see you're around the corner at the ocean, around the hill. You see the
door.
the door. Okay. Who's currently carrying?
We all are.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's kind of strung between the 3 of us. So
Just so we can move fastest.
yeah.
I've probably got his legs.
Yeah, and
Since
we've
you're
got an
one-armed
arm
and-
each. Yes, that's right. I'll take his right arm.
Okay. So everyone just roll perception as you make the final approach to.
That's an 18 success.
6.
Nice.
Mine 57, so just fails. Fortunately.
And you got?
Did I say 16? It was
It was a
16.
success. It was
16.
Yeah,
16.
or
All right,
18,
16
yeah,
and
something
6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so you two, as you just before you go around the corner, you start seeing across the hill. You start seeing things just like moving over.
Oh boy.
No, you can't quite tell. You just see movement through the gorse bushes and the trees. You see just things are now going down to the water. As you like make your final approach, try and like fast as possible as the sun touches the water. As you head on towards home, but nothing it costs you along the way.
I imagine by the time we get to that container gate, it's like it's dark around us.
Yep.
It's dark. The second that
Probably with them on either shoulder, like as we're in sight of that, I'd let them know first, but probably drop his legs
Yeah, and we'll just
and
drag him.
sprint to open the door for them.
Yeah, and we'll
Okay.
just drag
Yeah.
him. He's wearing boots, he's fine. Yeah, because
Alright.
we would let them know that we were incoming.
Okay, as you two drag him in, holding the door, roll his luck.
His luck.
oh, okay.
You do that, I don't want to be
What's his
irresponsible.
40.
I nearly killed him earlier.
Here we go. Here we go. Last luck.
No! I should not have used those dice.
What was
How
it?
many decisions does
Yes,
he
one.
No,
done?
that's
He had one because he was saving it for infection. I will re-roll that with his last.
With his last luck.
yeah.
Yeah, because no, he does not want to roll the 97.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I-
probably
feel-
not that
Probably
badly.
not. Yeah.
How 98?
100.
One.
Not.
Oh,
But
it isn't like 100.
100.
100! That's a crit fail! Oh my god! Oh boy!
I have a question.
Yeah.
I should not have used those dice again.
Oh boy.
Can I burn one of my
Nope,
suits?
that's
No.
saying it's a perk.
No, you get a perk where you can like
Yeah.
burn to
Yeah.
save someone else. Okay, so no, he's fine. It's not to like see if he survives. He's fine.
Yep.
He's fine. Right, as you
Dice are banned.
no, as you go to close the door, down from the beach on this little hilly side on your right hand, looking up and like the last rays of light streaming onto the world, you see a naked man, clearly, completely bald, albino, but he's now nice golden color in this, the light from the sunset, and looking straight at you, and you can see even in the somewhat shadow of his face, as the sun's behind him, you see there's a big
Red hand.
red-brown handprint straight across his face.
He's pulled out of the sand.
Huh?
He's come out of the sand.
No, he's just on top.
Ah,
So he's just standing on top of the little hillock on your right-hand side.
Yeah.
As you just look up and
Yeah.
And
Clear as
walk.
day. Clear as day us by the container.
In the going into
Going into the container.
and we are locked down again.
He
Fuck.
just saw us. Okay, so Jack saw that.
yeah.
Yep.
Jack saw him seeing Jack seeing him.
He looks at me.
That was the worst thing that could have possibly happened.
Oh,
That is
100.
that is a
Yep.
crit fail.
That is literally
That
the most
is a
unluckiest
crit
thing
fail.
that could have happened.
Yep.
Yep, it sure as hell is.
Yep.
Okay,
Cool.
so the container is closed.
Yep.
Jack turns around and goes.
Oh shit! Did I see the guy on the hill?
No, just Jack.
No, this you two were in. He was he was about to close the door and was like, what the
Yeah.
hell? Oh
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah.
Someone saw me.
Someone
Could
saw
have
you.
someone.
Red hand on a face, kind of someone.
We should have just fixed the solar panels. We should have just fixed the solar panels and gone back inside.
We can't let him get back. We can't let him get back.
How he was on the hill above us, or
So not the hill that you're inside.
Yeah.
There's a little hill sloping down. We're next to your stashed away caterpillars.
oh those
He was
was
on top.
How far away is that from the entrance?
Oh, about maybe 40-50 meters.
Sling him on.
I
I've got a crossbow.
opened the door.
Yeah,
And
I'm gonna
going to sprint
second
that
that Rich is down.
At him.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, so I'll head out as well.
And
see
I
if
will
he's
step
still
out
there.
behind and aim past him towards the guy.
Richard like slowly like, just goes like,
So
he just like slowly slides down. All right, so Jack goes off at a sprint, leaping up off the little sandy mounds onto the hill towards this
Can I
figure.
see the shadow?
You can see him. Like, so his whole right side is just like like golden glow from the last rays of the sunset, and on his left is just pale white in the darkness. Rycon goes off at a slower pace, but winded still.
Make sure that you keep the door.
What I'm probably going to do is, by the side of where Kellen is, I'm just going to whip off the sling from my belt and just drop a rock into there and just start to get ready to hurl it up towards him.
I notch
Okay.
crossbow and aim.
Okay. As he perceives all of this, you see him just like reach down and like just pick up a nice big stick. So your goal is just to sprint at him with your dagger.
Yep.
Okay. As you like come close. Hang on. What's this? Just
I'm planning to shoot him.
Okay. So what's your
It's a
intuition?
medium.
No, your
My
intuition.
intuition. What is in? Oh, 35.
35.
35.
All right. He gets the first go because it's more of a who's gonna react first type thing.
Yeah.
He takes a big honking stick and he just launches it down at you.
Javelins it down towards Jack. Get ready to dodge roll.
Okay. What do you want to do? You see like a big, essentially a spear just being hurled down at you.
Dodge.
Try to dodge it.
Okay. Want to completely leap out of the way or just try and like move your bodies hoping it's enough? Because if you leap, you're going to like pretty much go prone. It's going to try and combat roll out of the way.
Yeah, just try and sidestep and hope it's...
Sidestep? Okay, then just roll flat athletics.
Here we go, Jack.
It's really
How really bad?
Worth using
bad
some
enough that
willpower.
I am going to...
Another mental wound?
A mental wound to re-roll that.
How many mental wounds do you now have?
That's the second one.
That's a second one.
Woof. Here we go.
That is a very stressed out boy.
Yep.
That's fair. This has been a really bad field trip.
Yeah, it's still a fail, but it's nowhere near as bad.
How much of a fail? What did you roll?
It's fail by 11.
That's not too bad.
That's better than the fail by 53.
Okay.
Yeah, that's much better. That's much better.
Yes. What's okay? So fail by 11. Okay. First of 82. That's left or right leg.
82 is left leg.
What's your armor on your left leg?
On my legs, nothing.
Nothing. So all right.
You don't have legs?
I've got it in arms and chest.
Arms and chest. So he's carrying gambus on, but pretty much is like slacks. He's wearing a sweatpants. Like
I would have made you leg armor, dude.
okay, so you take a significant wound to your left leg as it like just goes straight through your calf muscle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scrape down along that
Yeah.
side.
So it hasn't like pierced it, but it has like scrape, like it's scratched
A
and
deep
like
gash.
deep gash and opened it up.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
you just
He
like
doesn't have a big stick.
and you just collapse. So now you two can.
Yeah.
Now that Jack has moved out of the way.
Yeah, I'll put it line of sight.
Yeah.
Okay.
What I'm gonna do for this round is I'm taking aim.
Okay.
So I'm gonna just like be hurling up, ready to take my strike on the next round.
So aiming is it takes the round
Yeah.
Aiming takes a round.
Takes the round,
Yeah.
but you add half your shoot to your next roll.
and it becomes far if I'm aiming as well.
No, that's if you got a scope.
Oh, sorry. Just because I had medium to far.
No.
And
No, scope
Yeah,
will give you the
Okay.
extra bit if you aim for it. Okay, so you two both aim.
how far away is he from Jack?
Within jumping distance if he jumps down.
Yeah.
I was worried about aiming for, but Yeah, I'm gonna aim.
Aiming is good,
Okay.
especially if you don't have super high shoot.
Okay.
We need to get back.
So
Close the door.
he does. So he, as you like,
Yep.
fall down on one knee because holy shit, my calf just opened up. He just jumps down from above, onto you. What would you like to do when you just see this
Well,
big?
you would also have a turn in initiative.
Oh, right, yeah,
before
sorry,
he
no.
does.
You're
So,
right.
Yeah, you'd be first. So you
Just roll out of the way, or-
you'd have a chance to
Or just hold your knife out.
attack.
Yeah.
As
Well,
he's
you'd have to
coming
climb
down
up
towards you.
because he's jumping down. He's not
Unless
walking
he
down.
throws his knife.
Yeah, you can throw.
Yeah. Have to keep going. I try to close the distance.
Okay.
It's gonna suck.
Okay, so you can try. Just to close this and do an athletics -10. Also -20 because you're going uphill.
Okay. No. 38 fail.
Okay, you
Not a lot.
Yeah, so the thing is that you can't seem to put pressure on that ledge, which will actually like lift you up on like going uphill. You just like it's just too painful. I'll keep the roll what he had because it wasn't that good. It was only a 20. He rolled a 20. So he jumps down. So like struggling up, you see him just like leap off where he was, like coming straight at you. You want to try and like catch him as he falls with your knife, or roll out of the way.
I think it'd be catch him because I don't think rolling is going to be.
Yeah, jumping off that leg is
be
gonna
much harder.
It's
Yeah.
gonna hurt.
Okay. Right, so you want to catch him, just like catch him, or you want to try and like stab him as he like comes up? Because the thing is, if you try and stab him, he will collide with you.
Yeah, it's probably more less a stab, but just sort of like shove him to the side as he comes down on me, so he doesn't.
Just
land
do
on
a
top.
momentum sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just roll fight as you try and like push him as he like comes down.
That is a 9.
9.
Ooh,
Okay,
yes.
so you take a minor wound to your chest. So you don't.
Bruise.
Yeah, so he doesn't completely like.
You got armor on your chest though, right?
I have because I the reason I don't have leg armor is because I've got the better armor on my chest.
Yeah, I mean, like it would have been like what 12. So as long as it's more than 12, you don't take any damage.
Yeah.
Right. So you don't like he collides until you do like fall backwards a step, but he doesn't demolish you off that.
Yep.
That one. Now you two.
Oh boy. Okay.
You will be firing into melee, so if you do miss, you might hit him.
Yeah. I'm taking aim strikes, so I'm feeling a little bit, at least a little bit more confident. I'm gonna let my slingshot go to try and hit the mark.
The rock and the string and all of it.
I just rolled really, really well, and I was probably just fucked myself.
So that's going to be half of 42 is 21. So
63.
21 on top of that, so 63. I have to beat. Come on.
You hit Jack in the back of the head.
Yeah, let's try not to, eh? Okay, 13.
Okay, so 13.
And then the damage on top of that is 10
So
because it's a light weapon. So that's 23 in total.
okay.
With a rock.
With a rock. Hang on.
Rock to the torso.
To the torso. Okay, as he falls off, you fling it at him, and he himself jumps further down. Rolls down like the hill to try and avoid you.
Hey, that's actually kind of working out because it means he's further away from running back to his people. So
He's also not melee.
he's not
Not
melee
melee.
with you.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
So
that means
now,
I have a clearer shot.
yeah.
You track him as he rolls down and comes to rest on top of one of the caterpillars. Caterpillar mounds.
Oh, yep.
Okay, so how does this work?
So it's your shoot. What is your shoot skill? 45?
My shoot skill is 45.
So half of 45.
22 round down, so 67.
67.
All right, here you go. Oh boy,
How bad?
90.
Oh no! Unless you have any spirit sigils.
Unfortunately not.
No, sail straight over his head.
Fuck! I just rolled an 18 before just on like a jump. No, there's another 13.
Yep.
Cool. Fuck.
Yep,
Just,
that's how it goes.
just hold those rolls.
I mean, missing to hit is one of the better failing at something.
Oh yeah,
you can do.
yeah. Failing while dodging is.
You're rolling a 90 when you dodge, much worse.
Yes. Yeah, burn that now.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, cool. Both those missed for the time being. All right. It's a bad boy.
We need to get back inside.
Since you're now above him and you're slightly below him, he starts running towards you two.
All right.
It will take him the round, and then he can get you. So he's charging at you, but that's his action. As he's just flat out sprinting towards
So it's
your turn.
I'm not going to try and give chase. I'm just going to pull out my sling.
Okay.
Hey.
Just
rock time.
instant throw, or
I'm
you're
just
trying
going to whip it at him
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
before I
do
get
it.
to them.
Yeah. Sling that boy.
There's an 18.
Okay.
Okay.
As he's in motion, no.
Yep.
So you just hit the sand behind his heels as he's coming towards you two.
All right.
Nothing in his hand, so just to say, it's just...
Yeah. No, it's just. Yep. No, I know how dangerous their hands can be, though. At this point, he's charging towards us. I'm going to drop the sling, pull the knife, and I'm going to charge at him to effectively try and negate it, so that we're both charging at each other, meeting at the same speed.
Okay, so...
and also just to obviously put myself in between.
yeah, so plus 10, not 20, because you've got a significant wound.
Cool. All right. Okay. Come on.
Oh, and minus 5, so I've got only plus 5 because you got a knife.
Yes. So plus 5, that's going to be a 54. And that is a 19 to hit.
Nice.
No, he's not dodging, he's also coming for a charge.
Yeah. All right, yeah. Or whatever he's doing to
Yeah, so
counter
he
the
rolled
attack.
a 55, so that's 19...
So that's his defensive maneuver to my offensive maneuver.
No, he's
No,
also
it's
coming
attack.
in pure attack. So what I'll give it to you, you can choose to, like, if you want to negate from what he's rolling, or if you want to take the 19 against him and he takes a 55 against you. So,
I've never played it that way.
yeah, because he would not try and defend. So he's happy to take your hit.
Okay. So he's just like openly going for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm saying, like, so you could either do 55, well, minus your armor, or you can take 19 off it. So that's 36, then minus your armor. Or you can give him what's that, a significant wound to 19, his leg.
You know what? Fuck it. I'll take the. I'll take the hit.
Okay.
So I will do damage to him.
Yeah,
To
so
also take
left
damage,
arm.
So yeah, to your left arm,
which is destroyed, so it would become a right arm.
which is the next closest, 55.
Yes. Yeah. 56 is the closest, which is right
Yeah,
arm.
55 is
So that's
just
your
on the
right
side.
arm. So
Yeah,
as you
yeah.
go and stab him, you stab his upper thigh,
Yeah.
and he just then just barrels straight into your arm. So how much armor do you have on your arm?
Minus 25.
25. So he takes a significant wound as you slash his
Stab into the leg
So
as he comes down and just
and he just like bangs the crap out of your arm, and you feel just something.
I've got an old break in there.
Yeah.
I've got an old break.
You feel an old break in there.
Yeah.
It doesn't break because that's grievous,
Yeah.
but yeah, you
I take a significant to that.
significant to your right arm
Okay.
as you two crash into each other.
Tumble down.
Are they prone?
Both, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, there you go.
But they'll still they'll. Would you want to hold on to him or roll free?
If I can kind of keep control of him, or at least kind of keep him.
You'll both be on the ground rolling. So
Yeah.
if you want to try and
Roll
like
away to get some distance.
control would be
Stab.
next turn, but
Yeah.
just for like if she's going to shoot. Do you want to try and
I'm
like?
gonna try and shoot. Oh
Shoot or
yeah.
stab.
I mean, if I see Callan still has the crossbow in
Yeah.
their hand, I would try and push myself away. But I know that's gonna be a blind shot, so I don't know.
How does it work with range stuff? Do I still have a superior position if the guy's on the
No,
ground?
the spirit position only for melee.
Yeah.
So could I potentially?
My intention would fully depend on what you have in your hands.
by the time he
I have
charges.
I
Crossbow.
have a crossbow, but I could draw my sword.
Yeah, so if it's still a crossbow,
At this point, still crossbow.
Yeah, I'd push and try and roll out the way.
Okay.
Separate a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm obviously trying to pull the knife out at the same time.
Yep.
I don't know what to do. So yeah, I don't entirely know. I'm trying to.
It's up to you what you want to try and do.
You can try and
If you want to
shoot.
try and take a shot at him, or
Or try and run for an melee attack.
You're more likely to hit with melee because you'll get in there and get bonuses from
Yeah.
above and stuff, but you're then in melee, so that's...
fully up to you what you feel like
I'm
you're doing.
going to try. I'm going to try and shoot him.
Okay, so
Okay.
just 45, you said, for your shoot skill?
Yes.
Yep.
That's a miss.
Okay. Lands right next to his head. Your turn from up on the hill.
I'll just keep it the sling.
Notice. You want to try for an aimed shot, or you want to like just pelt another one at him?
I'm gonna pelt it.
I'm not in danger of getting hit at the moment. I'm not in melee with him.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a weapon, so I will take the time to aim.
Okay, take time. Aim. Has one then.
Yes.
He like gets back up and comes straight after you.
Of course he does. All right. Let's see
Okay.
what he's going to do.
What would you want to do? He is
so-
coming straight after you.
Coming at me. Actually, yeah, my legs are still doing okay at the moment. The rest of me's starting to get a little bit more injured.
Yeah.
So I'm going to dodge out the way. I'm going
Okay.
to, full on throw myself out the way of his path.
Minus. Okay, plus 10, minus 10, so just flat.
It's just flat. Okay. That is a 61 fail.
so failed by.
Fail by, so I got 49.
So that's 12.
12. Fail by 12.
Okay, and how much armor do you have on your head?
On my head, it is minus 25 as well.
Minus 25. Okay, so
Yeah.
you take no damage,
Yeah.
but your ears do ring as he just comes and just
belts me as I fucking try and
yeah.
roll out the way.
As you roll out.
You have a flashback to fighting V.
Yeah.
Yeah. I imagine that would also probably knock my mask off, or at least like slightly opened. Yeah.
All right, Kel.
Yeah.
You see Scott just take a biffing to the side of the head as he. Well, he was falling over anyway, but to
Yes.
you it looks like he just got
Okay. Well,
thrown
I've
across.
missed twice with the three times with the crossbow today.
Charge with the sword.
Yeah.
You're still fresh. You haven't been hit.
I just drop the crossbow, pull out the sword, two-hand, and charge at the guy's back.
Okay, roll.
All right. Here we go. Hey,
Okay.
How much?
that's good.
29.
It's not bad.
And then it's going to be plus 20
Yeah, so
for
49.
it being a medium weapon.
Yeah, but let's just see because that goes on after rolls. No. So that's what you rolled 20.
I rolled 29.
So
and
49.
It applies the damage first before the negative is taken.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because otherwise, that kind of negates melee.
Yeah. So no, that's a grievous wound because he rolled like crap.
Plus
Hang on, wait. So
29.
no.
29
49
plus 49. So
plus no plus 38 is 87.
But,
Ooh.
so that would
Yes.
be right leg.
Ooh,
Yeah.
The 87 is the right leg.
87. So limb destroyed. Another one.
Chop us with his freaking leg? Jesus Christ.
So as you come in swinging at him, he turns like around to the right, and you just swing in, and like his leg is just like hanging by like the inside tendons as he just like collapses over.
Okay. All right. Now it's a little bit better. Sword's good.
Yeah. When it hits.
My fucking Viking sword that I got off some random Norwegians. All right.
Okay.
So he is.
He's fallen over, like leg dangling, blood spurting out.
Get away from that.
Next, I think is what are you? You?
It's us. And then
No, he had one. Dean. No, you.
I had one.
You had one.
I attacked
Jack.
him.
I have not been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I've done
you
mine,
just did your one. So Jack, so you see him
you have
just
the aim.
spurting out.
And you have just been aiming, so
Yeah, so shoot.
fucking get him.
Okay, plus half your skill.
Got a 66.
Plus 10 because you're higher ground.
Yes.
Hey,
76.
hey, here we go. Knock his noggin.
Damn it. If I'd boosted that beforehand,
How much? Come on.
I rolled a 92.
How much? What's your wool?
Will's my best stat.
Yeah, how much you got? 50?
49.
49.
Nothing above a 50.
Okay, so that's so that would be that's your second to last significant one you can take.
Yep. Yeah, I'll
God.
roll.
Here we go.
Jack never leaves the bunker again.
Okay, that's a
That's
23.
23
Hey.
plus
10 for
That's-
your
10,
Plus the
10.
above ground.
33. So he takes a significant wound to his chest as you just like lob it. You two there, you just hear crack as like it
crunch.
hits into his ribs. Right, done that.
All right. Oh, cool. This guy's on his last legs.
Literally, last leg.
He is literally on his last leg. I'm gonna try and get up, spit the sand out a little bit that I just got in my mouth, and
Exactly the situation that perk is for.
yeah.
You were out of everything, but you're too stubborn to stop trying to go.
Right. My right arm has a significant wound.
Plus your chest. So minus 20 pretty much to what you want to do, but
Yeah.
he's on the ground, you're not, so plus 40.
Yeah.
So that's what,
I
plus
go over
20?
and I just try and
Stab him in the
try
face.
and get a good stab on him. He got a hit to the torso before, so I'm gonna just try and bring the knife down right on his chest.
Yep, so he's got, yep. All right.
Actually, you know what? Screw it. I won't do an aim strike because I'm just like going wild.
Yeah.
Just jumping onto him.
So at the moment, I have my minus for my arm, which is
10.
minus 10
10
because
for
it's
your
significant. 10 for my chest, so minus 20, but plus and then minus 10 because it's a knife.
Plus 15.
So-
Minus 5 for a knife. So
minus
minus 25
plus
plus
15.
plus 50 plus 15.
Plus 15. All right,
Add them
there we
all up
go.
and plus 15 to your roll.
Plus 15. Okay, so that's going to be
What do you
10. So 49.
got? 64.
64. Come on. Here we go. 71.
Oh.
Fail. God
Right,
damn
so
it.
still a bit dazed from being hit in the
Yes.
head. You stab, you jump, stab, rolling next to him.
Okay, I'm right in front of him.
Right, he goes as you're on the ground, what he does, he just lifts himself up and lunges straight at
My neck.
your face.
Yeah.
So you can see he is like absolutely screaming, like slobber just coming out of his mouth,
Yep.
going for your throat.
Yeah.
Scott would have neck armor.
I mean,
It's part of your
yes,
head.
yeah.
Head. But yeah, no, I've had my neck chewed on before. I don't want that to happen again. So.
That's happened a lot in these games.
Yeah, it does. I'm going to attempt to dodge out the way.
Okay.
My legs are still fresh, so I'm going to just,
Scramble.
I'm just going to try and push and dodge roll out the way, even
All
if
right.
it's throwing me into
So
the
just
sand.
minus 10 as you try and roll away from this one-legged chap.
Okay, so minus 10. So that would put my athletics at,
What's your lyrics?
my athletics is 49.
So 39.
So I get a plus for dodge, but then minus.
Yeah, so just
right?
flat, so
Yeah.
39.
Yeah, so 39. That's a 53 fail.
So, hang on, so 39, 53, that's 24 above, and your head wound is 25?
Minus 25.
So
Yeah.
that
Plus
let's
10 for dodging?
yeah, so
Yeah,
like minus 10
already
for
got
Minus
chest.
10.
So you failed by 24, but you got
49?
I got that would put me at a 49.
Yeah, 49, so it's not bad.
Yeah, so
Failed by 4?
oh, hang on, so I thought you said 39 was your athletics.
No, my athletics is 49.
49,
sorry.
and you rolled a 60.
No, 53.
53.
Yeah,
Oh, just by
failed
4.
by 4.
Okay, right, we've cleared this up.
Yeah.
Failed.
You have the armor on your head. That's, all
I
good?
do.
That's already added?
Okay.
Yeah.
I do. So,
Right, so
It'll
you
help.
take a significant wound to your head
okay.
as you because as you roll and you're like trying to get away. Only thing that
bonk head
hits
on a
is no.
Yeah.
Only thing that like he could get to is your face, as you say, your mask went off.
Yeah, he
so,
just tries to like kind of pull.
well, yeah. So all, what you get there is his long, jagged nails just go across your face, clips the inside of your mouth, and it just drags a
Lovely.
You've already got a lot of facial scars there.
big,
do,
like
I
a big
do.
scar across your face, and his like whole hand like went inside your mouth, and like pulled it through out.
Lovely, that's exactly what we need.
Okay.
You're just gonna have to drink a lot of alcohol and spit it out.
Yep.
Okay, well, seeing that,
He's now on his front, on his tummy, as
but not on top of you.
no, his arm. Well, his arm's like currently his. As you see, his like his
my
middle
mouth,
finger's
yeah.
currently inside of his mouth.
Okay, well, his body is free, so
Yeah.
I am just gonna fucking
So
stab.
plus 40 as
Yeah.
you're in this. Now you're in the superior position.
So minus 10 because it's sword, so plus
Plus 30. You can do another minus 10 if you want to aim.
So no, I am frantic.
Just chop all the limbs off.
So
Heck.
my fight is 41. So
71.
Here we go. Ooh, that's really good.
What is that?
64.
So 64. That is the torso, I think. 46.
Yep, 46 is torso. Oh, no, sorry.
Left arm.
Left arm.
Oh my God,
So
gonna
his
roll
right arm's in there, but you chop off his left arm as you swing.
He's got his arm around.
it's just a flesh
Oh
wound.
my God.
I'm fucking black knighting this man.
Yeah.
Right. You're just like looking at this, going, "What do you want to do?" Because now it's back to you, Jeff.
I wish there was an option in here, like maybe there is like a perk or whatever to rage, because that's basically what I'm
There
doing.
is.
It is a perk to rage.
There is a rage perk.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be just.
I think going for it.
So did I chop off the arm that's in
No,
your?
his
No,
right
no,
arm
yeah,
was.
that was still on my.
It's in your mouth, like
No.
feeling
I'm
around.
so tempted to bite down, but no.
Don't.
Don't do it, Scott. Yep.
Because you're also still bleeding.
Yeah. No, I'll just whip another stone and hold it.
Right. If you miss, you might hit one of these two.
Yep. Yep.
I haven't taken any damage, but please just don't hit my.
Back of the head. Just.
Actually, I'm wearing a helmet, so I've got minus 35. So,
It's death by 1,000 cuts to me.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
well, 1,000 bruises.
1,000 bruises, yeah. Although I do have a cut across my face.
Yeah.
Okay, roll.
Oh, Jesus, no.
How bad?
Hit me! Don't hit him.
Well, how much? What is it?
That's a 99.
Okay. What's your
99.
skill?
44.
So 55. Both of you roll up.
Do I want to... hang on, before they do that. I don't know if I should be rolling that. It's going to suck. No, that's too high to risk. Oh.
Now rolls 100.
That's what happened before.
Oh. Do I still have the plus 10 for being on high ground?
Yes.
Then I crit.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Right. So what? So how much
and
is
a crit
that?
automatically takes
boost
up
it
a
up.
damage stage.
54.
54, 45. That's the left arm. But again, so since I've got things gone, what's next? Torso, I think.
Torso is the next closest. Torso ends at 40.
Yeah. So torso. So that is like 40. So
So 64 is a
grievous.
grievous.
So,
So
limb destroyed.
It becomes limb destroyed because
Yeah.
you crit, yeah.
So as you hit, you just see this
Oh my
rock.
God! You limb destroy him with a rock?
Fucking flame.
I imagine you like kind of like hit him like right at the base of the spine
Yeah.
or something like
Yeah.
that. Just this
Yeah.
sickening crunch.
The crunch, like just
Yeah.
break a rib just goes straight through the heart,
Yeah.
and like you just feel a spasm inside of your mouth, and then just nothing.
I am going to just pull the hand out.
I kind of put the mask back on. I'm gonna need disinfectant.
Spit.
Tasty.
Yeah.
Get inside.
We need to, get inside. Hang on. And I'm just gonna haul the body, like,
I'll help.
over towards the kind of cliff face side and just kind of like pull the body like right up against it. I know we originally had like a whole heap of old camouflaging and stuff like that there. What I would want to try and do is just with my knife, just start to try and, because it's
That
like
knitting.
it's like sandstone and stuff like that along here, right? So it's kind of more like a crumbly rock.
Yeah, it's actual sandstone.
Yeah. What I would want to try and do is try to disturb the rock as much as possible to try and cover this body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it takes like a couple
I'm
of
gonna
minutes,
go
just like
and
dig,
help
like chunks
back
just
down
fall on.
the-
Just gonna grab my wound and hobble down.
Yeah, I'll go
Yeah.
and help him grab my crossbow on the way and shove Jack inside.
Yeah. I would just work
Put
on
Jack
this.
in the box.
As soon as you're heading inside, I'll say I'll knock twice. Let me in.
No, I'm staying out here with you.
Okay. And I'm just gonna pull down the loose pieces of rock and just try to haphazardly cover this body.
I'm gonna cover him, like crossbow out.
And just in case, just before the last of them's kind of buried out, I'm just gonna take my knife and I'm just gonna run it through the side of the head twice. Just double tap, just in case these things come back to life, because
They maybe.
yeah, Scott doesn't know. And then after that, grab the sling and then just kind of limp over inside
Get
next to
inside.
Kat and just like slam the door shut. And it's just like
And lock.
it's pitch black for a second. And then we'll
I'm
kind of
sure we have, like, a
fumble,
little
then
light
we'll
or
fumble on
something,
over
yeah.
towards where the lighting is and to kind of just like slam that on and then
The sound of like the halogen bulbs goes.
and I'll just look over at Richard.
He's like
Down the
upside
end.
down,
Yeah.
neck on an angle.
Yeah.
He's like
Yeah, I will quickly check Richie's pulse.
still fluttering, but there.
Okay, and then I'm gonna grab one of the alcohol things that I'm sure that they have provided, and
It's
it's
like-
like,
it's-
get like
it's-
the waste bucket or whatever.
It'd be like disinfectant, and I'm literally just gonna like mask up, and I'm gonna.
Gargle. Oh.
It's gonna burn.
Yeah. Just into the waste bucket. Yeah.
Oh god.
Just blankly staring at the wall across from me.
How'd you like the outside, Jack?
It sounds like how'd you like this outside, Jack?
And Jack's just unresponsive in the corner, just
Yeah, all
Looking
those,
like it
all
went
the
to numb.
significant mental wounds, just like.
piles up. He's got that Vietnam 1,000-yard stare.
He's actually not my priority right now.
Yeah, deal with them first.
Yeah, quickly take off my gloves, grab some of the
Holding
first
pressure on
aid,
that leg.
first aid stuff. Get you to put that, soak it in alcohol.
I'm okay. Just check his leg.
Yeah, check. I will. How did he? It was the spear, right?
Spear
it-
across the leg.
It's like a
It's
like a laceration.
Yeah, it's skimmed, just like
Yeah.
head and like just opened it up like the side of his one.
So what you're gonna do?
not terrible.
What you're gonna do? I'm gonna like, all right.
Get a stapler.
Just
We've got like ratchet like story strip type things, which is just like tape.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
good old
just
gaffer
tape.
tape.
It's just
Yeah.
it's just gaffer tape.
Yeah, but I'm gonna have to disinfect it first.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
More
I'm
advice
just gonna get like. I'm gonna
Imagine it's
take
not
your knife.
Super deep.
Take your knife and
Yeah.
put it between your teeth and pour some disinfectant on, and then get you to basically put pressure on the wound while I help out
Yeah.
those two.
And,
I'm too old for this.
she's just kind of going backwards and forwards. I'll say, yeah, that's it's kind of how your dad ended up with less dad to begin with.
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, the rice wine's on me.
It's literally on you, yes.
Right.
Yeah. And just breathe deeply.
And
As
every couple of minutes, getting you to
Yeah.
rinse more again.
Yeah.
Right, so as everything settles, like the door will eventually open and everyone will, make sure they're not in sight as you, transfer yourselves in through quarantine, and then you will hear a very ominous just thunk as, it gets locked behind you. With fresh clothes, cleaning supplies, all of that left in there for you, and then this is it for at least the next week. And then that is where we'll end off this session.
Oh boy! Well, the outside world is fun. It sure is fun.
Just check the solar panels. Just check the solar panels going, yep, still exists out here, and then
On the
go
better
back
side,
inside.
we started and ended on a crit.
Yay! There we go. So, yeah, swings and roundabouts. Please do join us for the next exciting chapter of Zealand as we step back out into the world. Each time,
Maybe.
yeah. Each time the world will have changed, and actions that we have taken will have consequences. And who knows what we started today, what we finished, and what we kept on going. But hey, we did it. We sure did that thing.
Thing.
Yep.
That sure was a thing.
So yes, join us for the next chapter. Who knows what awaits us out there next? I've been Rycon. We have been your survivors, and until next time, stay pretty.